Okay,
Now we have to behave.
yeah, I guess so. Welcome, everybody, to another happy hour of the Wantagh High School class of 1960 and friends. And today is the 28th of September, the year 2022. And we've had several of these, and they've been a lot of fun. So we'll record this and so people can see it. I'll put it up on YouTube later so that other people can view it.
Excellent.
So I'd like to welcome everybody, and let's just go back to BSing for a bit. I would like to say that there is a horrible hurricane that has landed in Florida, right where a lot of our classmates live, and crossing the state to where more classmates live. And our prayers and our thoughts are with them, and we hope that they will be okay, and who knows, maybe be able to join us. Glad to see Eleanor here.
Yeah, I was
Got
surprised.
lucky, got lucky.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I thought of you a lot today.
Yep, Tampa got really good. I was telling them we got lucky again in Tampa. We dodged another bullet.
Wow.
Would have been, we would have been looking like they're looking down there.
And Harold, Alaska's having some weather problems
Yes.
too. What's going on there?
Well, we did about, I don't know, a week and a half back. It got Western Alaska, and it just the ocean, the Pacific decided to move in, and it was very bad. They floated away some houses and a lot of things, and a lot of damage. As far as where I live in Anchorage, and we're sort of two mountain ranges away, so by the time it got to us, that really wasn't that big a deal, but they really did get hit hard out there. And it's a tough place because our season, of course, we're a month ahead of you. And we're well into fall, looking at winterizing everything. So they've had their homes devastated at the start of winter. And so no way to get materials in, very hard to do construction. It's going to be a tough winter for a lot of families out there.
Wow. Wow.
It's tough.
And South Carolina, Bill, it looks like it's headed your way after Florida.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't be much. We'll get a bunch of rain out of it, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what about John? Is he joining us, or is he?
Only if he can. I'm not expecting him to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what they're gonna have is a lot of rain, a
Right.
lot of water coming
Right.
out of the sky, whereas the West Coast is getting winds and
They got the
storm
wind, yep.
surges and not nearly as much rain, but they're talking up to 2 on the East Coast.
They
More
rolled the rocket back in.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness. I was concerned about that.
Yep.
And it's much safer inside the
Mhm.
vehicle assembly building than it is, just sitting there at the gantry. It's supposed to be stable, but I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, that's what Lynn's brother was saying yesterday, the one who lives in Melbourne, in Palm Bay. He was saying he doesn't need, when a hurricane's coming, he doesn't even pay attention to the news. He watches what they do at the Cape. If they move the rockets, he knows it's going to be
Be
serious.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do TikTok? My grandkids do it. And they had a TikTok about if Jim Cantori is standing in your front yard, you better get out.
Who is
The
he?
weatherman, he's the weatherman from the Weather Channel.
Ah,
And he's the big head honcho. He shows up at all the important places. And they said, if you see Jim Cantori in your front yard, you better get out.
Well, it kills me. They're reporting on telling everybody, hunker down. If you haven't gotten out,
And
hunker
they're
down
out
in
there.
your house, and blah, blah, blah. It's an ongoing wind of 140 miles an hour. And the person saying that is
Saying
out
that.
there with a microphone
Yes.
getting blown all over the place.
And one of them got knocked down today. And they're
Oh,
crazy.
really?
And there was a street sign that was down. Those metal street signs, I'm sure it could do a lot of damage. One of
Oh,
them
yeah.
hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It knocked a stop sign, which of course has more area than just the little street sign part
Right.
that was next to it, and knocked that whole thing all the way down to the ground. And
Yeah.
it just twisted it down.
this one
I
guy was
experienced
around
a
palm
100
trees.
I experienced the 100-mile-an-hour wind when I was up in Alaska. And I'll tell you, it's unbelievable.
I did on
You can't,
Saipan
you can't
once.
stand up.
It's
What
just,
time of year, Billy? What time of year were you up there?
What's that?
What time of year were you in Alaska?
Oh,
with
this was
100 mile an hour?
January.
Oh,
Hmm.
I was stationed up on the tip of the Seward Peninsula, right on the Bering Strait.
Oh,
And we had a storm came through, and for 2 weeks, the temperature never went above 40 below, and the wind never went below 100 miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
I was at 100 miles an hour once, and that is something to be experienced, but it was tropical. It was in the middle of a typhoon on Saipan. And I don't know, some board had come off or something. I had to go outside, and it was practically blowing me away.
hmm.
That's really strong.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Hey, Sue, you think you could give your brother a text or a call and remind him that it's time, because he
Yeah.
loses track.
Yep, I will try.
are they still in Maine, Sue?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow,
You get a little chilly now, I bet.
yeah.
As far as I know.
I left the Adirondacks. It was 82 on Friday. Saturday morning, it was 41.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
So
Yeah.
it was
I
quite
don't
a
like
change.
the cold.
I didn't like it that much. I turned the heat up to 85 and get out of there.
Well,
In the
did
truck, that is.
Did you get
25
everything
years
done that you
ago, I used to
wanted
go
get done?
backpackers and sleep in snowbanks, and no more, believe me, no more.
Well, that's about how we were. We had a nice day, all, you know.
Oh, it was like
Last week it was
82.
82 degrees, same thing. The next, we woke up in the morning, it was 45 out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That quickly summer ended and fall
Yeah.
was here.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
You went back up in the 70s after I left.
who do you have there, Harold?
Oh, I have the two pups.
Oh, are they cute?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're getting pretty old, and they're kind of set in their ways. They're reminding me, Dad, it is 20 minutes till we eat. So, you know, I don't know how they tell time so accurately, but they do.
Yeah, internal clocks.
Hold them
Yeah.
up, hold them up so we can see.
This is Mr. Benjamin.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
that's cute. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, come on, look pretty there. Show him cute. Show him cute. Do cute.
Now,
So
what
what-
kind is it?
Can't even- He's a Pomeranian.
Yeah, you can tell. That's
Cute.
nice. And the other one's gone.
And the other is
Gone. The other one took
non-cooperative.
off.
Yeah, the other is bad buttons, we call them, for obvious reasons.
And what kind of dog is he?
Oh, what do you, it's.
So, is he a mix?
Come here, come on. Cooperate. We'll get
Almost
him
like
later.
an almost
We'll get
like
him later.
Yeah.
Is it a terrier?
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to think of what type. It's an English breed, and a Yorkie.
A Yorkie,
course.
okay.
Yeah, he's a Yorkie. Yeah. So
Cool. Anybody else have pets? I just have Tony.
Man, I'll show you my leash. I'll get my
Not
leash.
anymore. I used to have dogs.
No pets.
you know, I'm pretty lucky. This house is a fairly ideal setup. I have a fenced yard and put a dog door in so they're in and out, and I don't have to go take them out or
That's
walk
good.
them or anything. They just go, even in the
That's good.
snow. So even though sometimes the snow's higher than them, they
Oh
They
my
manage just
goodness.
fine.
So how close are you to your nearest neighbors? Are you like, where there's a lot
Oh,
of?
this is a suburban area. I mean, we're in a subdivision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, too close is the answer. But I
There's
also,
plenty of
I
old-
do have a cabin also, so.
Oh, where is that?
About 2 hours north of town, up towards Denali Park, the Mount McKinley area, and it's on a we call it a river. I guess it's a big river, but it's Montana Creek is its official name, and it's been there and kind of built on for 30 years. I mean, it's
Wow.
it went from a platform 20 foot by 20 foot that you could tent on to it's up to about 4 rooms, and it's a little better finished than the house here. So
Oh my God.
And you keep adding to it, is that it?
yeah, well, we have, and it's one of those where that's done. We've used up all the roof lines you can think of to try and put things together. So anyway, it doesn't have a garage, so we can always build that, I guess. Anyway, right now this is kind of a fun time up here because summer's over. It's gone. That no more of that stuff. You don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
And we're pretty well into fall here. There is more leaves on the ground than there are in the trees.
Wow.
Yeah, the trees are shedding fast, and we're coming up on usually by second week of October is normally first snows, and they don't necessarily last. By about the middle of October, if it snows, you're going to see that for months. So that's it.
Wow.
Anyway, it's a good time. You just winterize, and it's a changeover of things. The lawnmower gets put away, the snowblower gets pulled out. So
Yeah.
never lack for stuff.
Amazing.
To the cabin in the winter?
I don't, this cabin, the road in, the cabin would be okay. The road in is very hard to plow. It would take a sort of a front end loader to scoop and push it off to the side and scoop and push it off to the side. You can't plow in there. It's too narrow a road, too high a banks and all that stuff. And snow machiners love the area. So, it's just, I'm not a snow machiner. So anyway.
Amazing.
Well, I couldn't get my brother on the phone. I'm sure he's still
Uh-huh.
working, but I got his wife and she's on the phone, but she'll give him the message. Yeah, he has a lot of problems. He goes to the library, I think, a lot to do his work because they don't have any real contacts up there. The Wi-Fi and that is off. Just like when Dave was in the Adirondacks, they don't have any Wi-Fi there, and he'd have to go to town to make a phone call.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
So
Mike
when-
does a lot of that in Maine.
When did you leave the Adirondacks and head for Tennessee?
2
So-
weeks?
No, it's a
Yeah.
week. It's about a week.
No,
Week ago Sunday.
no,
You
2
came,
weeks.
you arrived on Sunday.
Ah,
2 weeks ago.
Oh, there's they are.
Yeah. It was nice. The leaves hadn't changed, but we're in the middle of a drought.
wow.
So I guess that was happening everywhere. I know Westchester County was really bad. All the trees looked dead on the side of the hill.
Gee,
I was thinking while I was driving up there, boy, leaves are changing fast this year, but it was a drought. That
really?
Yeah.
those trees are screaming for water.
Wow. So how was your last, oh, there they are.
Hey,
Good
Hi
to
there.
see you both.
the walking wounded, how are you, Jerry?
How are you?
Gosh, don't overdo it.
He's crazy.
we're very concerned about all our friends that we met in Florida.
Yeah,
Reports, we've been, glued to the TV, hearing all
Yeah.
about it. And so many of those we met are from all of those areas. Well, it's covering the whole state, it looks like.
yeah.
Well, we were shocked to see Eleanor. There she is.
Tampa got lucky. Tampa
Yeah.
got lucky, stayed south of us.
Oh, wow.
It's breezy out there now. It's raining and it's breezy, but the power has stayed on. I'm at my daughter. She has a newer home than I do. She's only like 20 minutes north of where I am in Tampa, but I figured her house is newer construction, so we came up and stayed up here,
Well,
but
that's where you are now at Herb.
right at my daughter's, yeah.
Ah,
But the lights have stayed on, so
Great. My
I'm happy.
concern, you were talking about the waters being pulled out of Tampa Bay. What I'm
Yep.
concerned is when they come back.
when it
will
comes
there be-
back.
Will there be a tsunami sort of effect?
Now it fills up. They just don't want the people down in the riverbeds and the bay.
Well,
They want them
but-
to stay up on the roadways.
depends how many feet of storm surge you
Yeah,
have. And they were
Oh, yeah.
showing things on the news of 3 foot, 6
Yes,
foot,
but-
which was already really bad.
yep.
Yeah.
And then 12 foot, which meant only the roof
Roof, yep.
line was.
And
was
that's
out.
what it looks like happened in Marco Island and what's the
In
other one down
Sanibel.
there?
San-
Sanibel, Captiva,
Sanibel.
they're really getting hit, and this is
Captiva.
not their first time, yeah. But Marco Island is underwater and Naples is really flooded.
Oh, my.
My
terrible on the
sister has a
news.
place down on Marco Island,
Yeah,
Ah,
but she's in a 5th floor condominium,
Right.
so. But she's up north now anyway. She doesn't go down until winter time,
right.
wow.
but.
Good thing.
But her beach is underwater.
Well, there's Mike.
Yeah,
Mike is on.
Ah,
there's his name.
you got him.
You got his name. You got a camera on whatever you're using, Mike?
This guy is coming on. Pat, how do you feel?
Me? Good,
Good, good.
good. Yeah.
And Jerry, okay,
We're good. We're doing
Good.
well. Jerry's recovered well. And
good.
we're actually packing up, getting ready to go to Memphis tomorrow to see Sue and Dave.
That is awesome. That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, so looking forward.
Well, isn't your reunion coming up too?
Well, yes, it is.
Okay.
It's mid-October and
Right.
we decided not to go this year. We have other things coming up and it just didn't fit in. We made
Yeah.
that decision a while ago. So, yeah. We've been in touch with a number of people and I'm not sure how many are going, but we're not going to go.
Where is it, Pat?
It's in Syosset
Mhm.
at the,
Fox Hollow.
yeah, I can't remember the name. And, they
Fox
had it
Hollow.
there the last 3 times. And we thought it would be nice if they had it somewhere else. But we didn't organize it, so.
Is this the class of 62?
Yes.
Yes,
Fox Hollow Inn.
Fox Hollow,
Right.
that's right.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely place, but
right.
I remember when we crashed your reunion one year out at the Hamptons and it was just so fabulous. And, there are other places on Long Island that would be nice, but anyway, I commend them for organizing it and, that's great, but we've got some other things going on, so we just are not going this year. So, plus we
And
had
come,
a great time in January in Cocoa Beach.
yeah, I was just gonna say, having it in Cocoa Beach was also really nice.
yeah, it was.
Yes,
Yes,
that was great. That was great.
So,
Yeah. No, so we make our own reunions. That's it.
Right.
We tried to change their plan, right, Pat? But,
they didn't listen.
Dave and I are gonna see them the night before the reunion.
Oh,
No.
okay,
Yeah, we're going up to watch some field hockey games, our
Right.
granddaughter.
right.
So,
So you're not actually going to the reunion then?
no, we'll see them the night before.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and then our granddaughter's playing the night of the reunion, so that's it.
Oh, Okay,
That takes precedence.
yes,
Yeah.
it does, yes.
Very good.
So,
Yeah.
so everybody's
Anyway.
good?
Yeah,
Great, great.
Yeah, no complaints.
And Tony, you're all
Good fun.
settled into your new digs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
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 good.
settled as can be.
Good.
It's
Looks
nice
like
to
the
be able to
shelves
just
are
walk
all
out.
full.
Yeah, just walk out, lock the door and do what we want for as long as we want.
Very nice.
It is nice. It's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
And sounds terrific.
You guys up for the CWS for next year?
Yes.
Okay, we're working on deal, with no promises, but we just let 3 couples use our Lake Tahoe home that are into the CWS. And one guy said, "Hey, you can stay at my place." I
What
said,
is that? CW what?
College World Series.
Oh,
Tony and Lynn are avid baseball fans and they've been wanting to go to the College World Series. And I said, we help us get tickets. So that's the issue, is getting tickets. You can always
Wow.
find a place to stay. I mean, say to Hampton Inn or something, but it's getting the tickets. So but we're working on it. We let them have our place for this 3 couples. They had a fabulous time. They called us the other day saying they're locked up and had a fabulous time up in Tahoe. The weather was great. And I said, just help us get the tickets.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
So we'll see
Well,
what
we
happens.
need them too.
Yeah, right.
We'll try and
Yeah.
get them for you, but we need them too. Last year, this year, the World Series in June, we actually paid for standing room only tickets.
Oh my
gosh.
goodness.
Yes.
Well, that's what's creeping in for this weekend with Sue and Dave. I was online at 6:20 in the morning for 11 o'clock opening gate time to buy standing room only tickets. And I'm chatting with a couple of Mississippi guys. And I was telling them what a great time the Mississippi State folks had shown myself and my son a great baseball weekend. And Mississippi State and Mississippi is like oil and water. You know, they're just very
Big
big
rivals.
rivalry. So the Mississippi people said, well, you have to come to a Mississippi football game and come to the Grove, which is the tailgate of all tailgate parties. So I said, okay, you show my wife and I 3 days of a Mississippi game and you can have our Lake Tahoe home.
Wow.
So Sue and Dave, Pat and I are going to a Mississippi football game this weekend.
That's awesome.
We already
Good.
have the tickets, Dave, and a parking.
Yeah, we've already got that organized.
Fabulous.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So
Good
we'll
for you.
we'll see if it, how it.
Now, are they playing Mississippi State?
No,
No,
yeah,
no.
they're playing Kentucky, but it's Kentucky.
Oh.
I think it's like number 9 in the country, and Mississippi's like number 16. So it should be a good game. And we're just
Yeah.
hoping that the hurricane doesn't filter up in any way to ruin the game. I think it's far enough away that's
Yeah.
not gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I've been checking Memphis weather and I've been checking Oxford, Mississippi weather, which is where the university is. And it looks like it's going to be bright sun and no rain. So I don't think any residual stuff from Ian coming over. So
Wow.
anyway, looking forward to it.
That's great.
Yeah.
So how far is it from Memphis?
I think it's only about an hour south.
Oh, nice.
Really?
About 50
Wow, that's
miles,
great.
They say a little over an hour driving.
Wonderful.
That's for normal people. Wait, right? Dave drives, he's probably there in half an hour.
There's a big red truck.
You didn't really hear about how Dave drives.
Driven with him. We drove with him.
Oh, that's it. Well, we told you the story. He got stopped by a policeman here because he was hurrying to the doctor for speeding, right? He got stopped for speeding and he goes, my children are going to be so proud of me.
Your first ticket since 63?
Was the cop able to suppress his laughter?
Yeah,
That's funny.
you didn't give me a ticket.
He didn't give you a ticket?
No, I
Oh.
thought that was very entertaining, so. But I'm just gonna give you a warning. And I said, could you put that in writing?
Can we use that line?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. My kids will be so proud of me. That's great.
Well, all the comments that our kids make, because, you know, we have a family site, you know, that we all text on, and all the comments were hysterical, you know.
I can only imagine.
But they think Dave is an old fuddy-duddy who wouldn't go over 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, true.
I have a friend who was a New York State trooper. And he used to tell me that if somebody told him a story he hadn't heard before, he'll let him go.
You let 'em go.
That's good. That's good.
That must be tough, though, if you've been a cop long
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, he's
I don't
heard
think
them
he let
all.
too many guys go.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. We were driving to Florida one time, and each of the kids, I think that's when they could bring a friend, right?
Oh, no.
I
We
told,
were
well, we were driving and
With John and his friend.
right, and I said to the kids, because they were old enough to share the driving, because we used to drive straight through. So I said, okay, but here's the rule.
Didn't cut off?
Nope.
Whoever's driving, if a cop pulls you over, that's who pays the ticket. I don't think the words were out of my mouth for half an hour. I get to Toledo, Ohio, and I get pulled over.
But the best part was he's trying to tell the officer, well, I got these new tires and I think they're bigger or smaller. And so it hasn't been calibrated.
Yeah, they haven't been calibrated to the, right mouth for the gun. He's looking at me like, you got
She
it.
lost it.
I heard that one.
And our son and his friend are in the back just rolling over. Oh my.
You'd have
goodness.
thought he wouldn't have ever have heard that one, but he wrote me a ticket.
Faster tires? I don't think.
You
so.
got an excuse off the internet.
Yeah, well, if they're bigger tires, you're gonna move further for each revolution, so that would increase your speed, right?
That's what he probably figured out too, but I.
Yeah,
My,
I was gonna
my
say,
oldest
Tony, I think
son,
you got it backwards there.
Yeah, right.
My oldest son was a lieutenant in FDNY, and he'd drive 90 miles an hour and get pulled over, and he'd flash his tin, and they usually honored it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, they should.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're all working.
yeah.
yeah.
God bless him. Is he still?
No, he retired at the age of 49.
Oh,
Wow.
my
Boy.
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah, Dave's cousin always gives us these passes. I don't know, have you ever used it? No, they're
I
supposed to
think
be.
I think
something to
911
show
got to him.
Yeah, they some of them honor him.
Well, Mike Vanderwood, I have a warrant out for my arrest in the Netherlands because of Mike Vanderwood. We rented the car, drove up to Friesland to see where the Vanderwoods came from. And on the way back, I got a little tired. I was doing all the driving, so I got a little tired. I said, Mike, you want to drive for a little while? So he says, yeah. So he gets behind the wheel. All the Vanderwoods are speed demons. And we had an enclosed car, but what was left of my hair was blowing. He went so fast, I couldn't sleep. And he got a speeding ticket by mail
We got it by mail.
overhead. And
Came to-
so I'm not allowed in the Netherlands anymore.
Even though you aren't driving.
That's, yeah.
Well, because of the car rental is in our name, you know, they pick it up.
Ah,
Yeah. the
Oh,
cameras
my.
pick it up. So, and it was in Dutch. So I called my other brother and I said, do you know anything in Dutch? They were trying to read it, you know, he couldn't read it.
Well, this was a speed camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cop that got you, it was a camera.
No.
It was that overhead like they have the toll booths now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right across the road.
Yeah. It looks like Mike's having a hard time connecting. He'll probably have to go to the library.
Yeah, it finally says he's connecting to audio, but that's been up there for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He's having a rough time. So,
and
That's
he's
okay.
our savior, saving our country.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
I told him he's got a lot of work on his hands for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
you got that right.
Oh, my.
So Dave, did you bring any horseshoes back from upstate?
Only a few.
With or without the horses attached.
Without.
Yeah,
It's the best way, actually.
That's good.
But I got that barn all squared away. And it looks pretty good. It was sure a mess. I took everything. I took everything. I had tools from over 50 years and
Wow.
put it in there. And
wow.
now these last 2 or 3 trips, I organized it and got the stuff I want to sell ready. And,
Good.
I was pretty happy. We donated 3,000 pounds to Cornell of horseshoe.
Wow.
So they were
Great.
happy with that. I was happy to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So
Excuse
what,
me for 1 minute. Excuse me for 1 minute. I got to take care of the dogs. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well, that 20 minutes was up there. You gotta feed it.
Yeah, that's good. I'll go get a beer break.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
very good.
how's the weather in Michigan?
Nice.
It's been really nice. It's
Yeah.
cool and, the leaves are turning and, yeah, this is nice.
It's
This
fall.
is real nice. Yeah. Yeah. We've been out to the apple orchard, got donuts, cider, the whole thing.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love fresh cider.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go to.
I'm eating an apple right now.
Are you?
Yeah. I have to cut it up small though. I'm having a lot of problems with my teeth. So they're making a bridge for me and the temporary bridge keeps breaking or falling out. So
Oh, boy.
third time in 8 days, I was at the dentist. And this time he says, okay, just eat on this side of your mouth and the rest of the teeth are for smiling only.
I never heard that before.
No, me neither.
Right.
So that's the strictest regimen he's put me on. So I got to cut things up small and then stick them over in the right side of my mouth and chew over there.
Just use that.
I can't. I mean, you ever try cutting up a sandwich into little tiny pieces? Everything squirts out. When you press down on the bread to be able to cut it and you move the knife, the filling comes out. So you don't have a sandwich anymore. You got all this crap all over the
Mush.
plate.
Yeah.
have soup. Try soup.
Try soup.
Soup is good. Soup I can eat.
You got to try sharpening your knife more, Dave.
Could be.
Just
Yeah.
put it in a blender and like they used to.
Yeah,
do
and I have-
live with the fish.
A liquid ham sandwich. That's
Oh,
what I
gosh.
use.
Oh,
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
That reminds me of one year, when our kids were very, very young, we were at the beach. And they had been eating a sandwich and they ran down to the water and a little girl who was a friend of theirs who was with them ran down and she was still holding her sandwich and it dropped in the sand. So she washed it off in the ocean and they ate it.
and they
Oh,
She had all her teeth.
You got her teeth, yeah.
Oh, I will remember that forever and
Yeah.
ever because it was just so gross.
It didn't bother her a bit, huh?
so she believed in the 5-second rule.
yes.
Well, if you ate sandwiches at the beach, I don't care where it was or what they were or anything. You
They had
had
sand.
in
Yeah,
your
we
sandwich.
always had sand, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
No.
but this had a lot of sand.
Oh, boy.
Dave's son, who I call Dave's son, when we used to go to Stewart's Ice Cream upstate, and they would serve ice cream with like 12 containers of toppings and stuff. And he had like chicken noodle soup, he had a hot dog, he had like ice cream, all the toppings, and he stirred it all together. And I said, okay, now eat it.
Now
And
eat
he
it.
did.
Oh, my.
No problem. He said it was delicious.
Oh,
Chicken noodle soup ice cream, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
Or the chicken noodle soup sundae.
Better yet, last night I had a funny coincidence of several things sort of unplanned. I did have ice cream, which is not unknown in this household, and I had some good vanilla ice cream, really good stuff. and I discovered in the refrigerator, I don't even know how it got there, a cream soda.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
those?
oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
A cream soda float with vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
Oh,
You're
it was
killing us.
good. It was
Yeah.
good.
You're
It was
killing
good.
Was the
And I
doctor,
didn't wait till tonight. I did it last night. Sorry.
me.
well, you could have shared it if you did it tonight.
Yeah, I know. But I'd rather tell you about it and have enjoyed
Was
it
it-
last
was
night.
it
Sorry.
Was it Dr. Brown's?
No, it was actually from A&W. The cream soda
A&W.
was from
Oh, really?
A&W.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, it was the real thing. I mean, it was
Wow.
unbelievable.
Wow.
You can still get root beer floats, but it was a long time since I ever heard anybody have a cream soda float.
Oh,
Oh.
that sounds fabulous.
Like the old egg creams.
Yeah, I
was
loved egg
gonna
creams. They
say,
had no egg and no cream.
right.
But Dave, didn't you say one time that Jimmy Stearns' wife wasn't doing well? Because I watched the funeral
Yeah,
and she
Patty.
was there,
Yes, she was.
right?
And she seemed to be doing pretty well, but
Yes.
according to Jim, she wasn't doing well at all. She was very forgetful.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so she had some dementia, but she seemed to be doing
Yes.
well at the funeral.
I
Wow.
watched her go up to communion
For
and
communion,
back and,
That's what I saw.
right, nobody helping her or leading her. She knew exactly what to do.
Wow.
Because on Facebook, it was mostly him in the pictures. The ones that were older she
Right.
was in older pictures, and some of them, she looked a little lost in some of the photos. But when I saw her at the funeral, I thought she looked,
Well,
nobody seemed to be prompting her.
she just had to follow the person in front of her, but don't ask her the priest's name, you know.
Okay, so maybe she's,
Maybe
maybe
he was
she's.
a nice guy.
better.
Yeah.
He
was a
really
really
was.
nice guy.
He really was.
They have children.
Yes,
Yes,
their daughter
yes.
Amy, and I think there's a boy too, correct?
I think so. I
Yeah.
was in touch with Amy.
Right.
She called herself Amy Beth or something,
Mhm.
with no last name on Facebook, just Amy Beth.
Right.
Yeah, she seemed nice, but I did go back into my correspondence with Jimmy, and he did say that he had cancer and was treated for it, and everything was fine.
Yeah, he looked good in the photos.
And you know, he's not a complainer at all. All he could talk about was her and how he was taking care of her.
Wow.
But all this time, he was the one dying. I thought she would have gone, but I didn't know if she was still alive or not for sure until I saw the.
That's what there she
funeral.
was coming. I said that, and she looked, looked like she didn't, nobody was prompting her to get up or sit down or anything. So I thought, well, maybe she's, knows what to do in church. I don't know. She looked good though.
Yeah,
Well, stop talking about Mike. He's on.
Uh-oh.
there he is. Say hello, Mike.
So, I'm so remote in the sanctuary. I couldn't make connections, so I had to drive to the library. I'm sitting in the library parking lot.
Ah,
That's what your
up in
sister said.
Maine, just to get access, just to join this group.
Hopefully you're keeping warm.
so they keep the Wi-Fi on even when the library is closed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just for
so
Mike.
This is where I do most of my work during the day, is I drive to the library because I don't have enough bandwidth at the sanctuary.
Yeah.
So I come up here and sit in the parking lot
How long are you going to stay up there?
as long as I possibly can, but probably to the end of October. Maine is Maine. I just love Maine. The temperatures in the, today was in the high 50s and it gets down into the middle 40s at night, which is, to me, is ideal. I love it.
That's nice.
And I passed 2 porcupines on the way and 3 wild turkeys.
Well, how
No cars, no people.
Alive or roadkill?
No, right, live, porcupines just don't move very.
So the odds are pretty slim that we won't see you in Charlottesville, or we will see you in Charlottesville in a week and a half.
No, we're probably not. I don't think that we'll be getting out of here. I haven't even gotten the boat out of the water yet, so
Oh, my goodness. Good for
we
you.
have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, well, good.
But anyway, we'll see. I know Nancy's trying to change a doctor's appointment. Otherwise, I think she has a doctor's appointment on the 17th. When are you guys going to be there?
We're leaving next Thursday. We'll be there from the 7th till probably the 15th or 16th.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned.
Well, we'll be back in February. You'll still be.
Oh,
there.
in February?
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you came down there for Christmas or whatever, but
No, they're gonna be gone. They're going to Ireland for Christmas, so.
oh, really?
Yeah, our daughter-in-law has a good friend who lives in Ireland, so they decided, when you have some friends somewhere like that, you go.
Everybody I know
Yeah.
either was going to Ireland or has just been there. So,
Really?
yeah, I've never really toured the place. Maybe I'll go.
Ireland is great. Dublin is, when you go through town, it's a bar and a bank, a bar and a bank and a bar. That's about the only thing. Occasionally you find a food store.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
But
So-
the Irish are so happy.
And Mike, Fiona missed Maine completely, huh? Just hit Nova Scotia and up the hurricane.
Yep, we'll miss all that. But if we stay the 1st of November, we may get snow, so that's okay.
No, it's
Hmm.
not.
Mhm.
It's okay up in Maine, actually, belongs there. Let it stay there. You can have all my snow, Mike.
That's well, yeah. I mean, there's some snow in Charlottesville. It doesn't usually comes and stays a couple of days and then goes away.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So Pardons, how long are you gonna be in Tennessee?
Till our welcome gets
Yeah.
worn out.
Just
So-
a Tuesday. We leave tomorrow and we come back on Tuesday.
Oh, that'd
Excellent,
be nice.
very good.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
Couple of days
Very
in Oxford, Mississippi to see what it's like. So
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
talk about the Grove as being the tailgate of all tailgate parties, so we're gonna see if we're blessed or not.
That's what I'm hearing from a lot of people talking about what a
Right.
drinking fest it is.
Well, the thing is, the tailgates are usually before the games, and the game is at 11 in the morning. So I don't know what time this tailgate,
Starts.
Probably at 8.
that's pretty early for a tailgate party.
Yeah.
That is.
They have a lot
Yeah.
of coffee.
We went to a
It's
Michigan
always a post
game.
game.
Yeah, they always the post game.
Yeah, we enjoyed a Michigan game last weekend, I guess it was,
Last
right?
Saturday.
Last
yeah.
Saturday with a small crowd of 110,000, but, and one of Terry and our daughter Terry and her husband's friends have well, soon to be their kind of in-laws, because our granddaughter's getting married next August to their son. And they have a tailgate, probably started at 9 in the morning, I think they did.
Goodness.
Between the
Easily.
and the game, because it was a noon game, and it was quite a feast. But yeah, that place was packed, as it is every Saturday. 110,000 people.
Our daughter-in-law was there last week.
Was
Really?
she?
Yeah, she
Did you see him?
she had a full volleyball scholarship to University of Michigan. So they had some
Wow.
kind of reunion
Oh, wow.
with her daughter and her parents with her. And they all went to the game. She was talking what a great time they had.
And you were there too?
No.
No, I
She-
mean, Jerry,
Tony and Lynn.
Oh,
Yeah, we were there.
Tony and Lynn, you were there? So
Yeah,
you
we
were
were
there?
there. Yeah, when they have those kind of people, if they're actually doing a reunion, they'll often introduce them at timeouts during the game, media timeouts. The
Uh-huh.
soccer team or the football team, baseball team or volleyball team. Yeah, it's pretty nice, but
Well, this tailgate, this is it's funny, but it's not funny. They, our granddaughter's soon-to-be mother-in-law went to Michigan, as did all her siblings and her 3 sons, and they're nuts. They're crazy. I mean, anyway, they rent this house, but they don't rent the house, they rent the garage. And they've been doing this for years. And the owners of the house are both deaf, so they don't care if they blast the music.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but they don't care. They give them the garage and the driveway, and
Right.
it was quite noisy
Oh, yeah.
and loud, but the 2 people inside the house, they don't care.
No, I mean, it's so big, they get a porta potty in the backyard.
Yeah,
Right? And it's just amazing the food they have there, but that's tailgating pretty much everywhere, I think, these
Wow.
days.
Wow.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In
Like, I
fact,
used to do a
at
tailgate
some-
party on the corner of some big parking lot or something, if I recall back.
yeah, at Pioneer High
Yeah,
School.
at a high school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they now are having them start, people come up with their RVs and they on Thursday or Friday, and they live in the RV. So they're tailgating basically for
Yeah,
2 or 3 days.
For days.
I'm sure the neighbors really love that.
Well, they're at, there's a high school, Jerry remembered, catty corner from Michigan Stadium, and it's a great moneymaker for them. They have the whole parking lot, and yeah, but yeah, this was pretty funny. So and then they said to us, well, come back every time there's a home game. You don't even have to go to the game, just come to the
Just
tailgate."
to tailgate.
Right,
Pay for the tailgate.
Yeah.
but anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave was saying our granddaughter with field hockey, when she's on the travel team, there were a lot of people that went with RVs to these games too.
yeah, 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 why not?
It saves trying to find a place all the time, right? When it's not too easy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
this Walmart parking lot looks pretty good.
we have a friend back in Watermill that did that a lot. I couldn't believe all the places they went with their trailer. Pretty funny. Big
So
time.
Dave and Sue, where are you guys this week? Are you in
Anyway.
Tennessee, you upstate New York, you on Long Island? Where the hell are you?
We don't know, the dust has to settle.
We hope they're in Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Dave's gonna be ready to pick you guys up. Don't worry.
Okay, we'll look for the big red truck.
Yeah.
You still have the big red truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't miss that truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So
It'll be fun. We're looking forward to it.
anyway. So Mike, have you gone fishing?
Went lobstering a couple of days ago,
Uh-huh.
which is that's an exciting thing, right? These guys are serious lobstermen. And this guy has a 37-footer, and he goes down about 300 feet. And he has about 800 traps. He does about 200 a day.
Jeez.
So it's interesting and fun. You have to bring a case of Bud Light with the lobstermen. That's how they get through the day.
Oh, I believe it.
Wow.
So
So did you get one?
what's that?
Did you get one?
Yeah, cage full.
Oh, no, he pulls in. Actually, it's kind of slow this time. It starts to slow down this time of year. You only
Huh.
got about another month. The season's about 5 or 6 months. But he does about 40,000 pounds a season,
Wow,
which
Wow,
is pretty serious.
That's a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the lobsters.
But
get-
they're not doing well because of the price of lobster. And this is the first tier, this is the lobsterman. He's getting $3.75 a pound. But $3.75 a pound, he's going about 40 minutes out. He's going 300 feet deep. He's got a diesel engine on the boat. You got maintenance, insurance, and all of that jazz. $3.75 doesn't get you a lot. especially when you're paying $6.50 for a gallon of gas, right?
Whoa.
Diesel fuel.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it goes through 3 tiers. It goes through, the first tier is the guy that brings the bait and takes the lobsters. They weigh the trap because they know the weight of the trap. So everything inside the trap, you might have it 8 lobsters, 10 lobsters. It's funny because if it's crabs inside, if there's crabs in the trap, the lobsters don't go in. So the lobstermen get really upset about that. I said, well, when we first did that, he was putting a rod through the crabs and throwing them back in the water. I said, no. Here's a bucket over here. I'm from New York. Throw the crabs in this bucket and I'll take care of them later on.
You
I'm not fussy about crabs or
get
lobsters.
crabs often, Mike?
What's that?
You get crabs often?
Yeah, crabs that you eat, Dave, not the other kind of crabs.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, it's an experience and it's fun.
And they didn't give you
And,
any lobsters.
Oh, we had dinner. I mean, now is the ideal time for lobsters because the shells are hard. So they're a little bit sweeter,
Oh,
so
Huh.
How
you get a
long
pound
is
and a
the
half,
heat?
2-pound lobsters are ideal.
Mm.
that's fun.
Fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
How many
Of course, I
brokers?
get gout, so I have to take allopurinol, to keep the gout
Oh.
under control while I'm eating lobsters and drinking wine. It's all about age group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
right.
get to a certain age and you get all these other extra painful things that come with life.
How many tiers of marketing are there before the lobster gets to the restaurant? You know?
So it goes through that. That's the first tier. The second tier is another distributor, regional distributor. And then it finally goes to a national distributor, right? So there's 3 tiers before it gets to the grocery store. So when you get to the grocery store, you're paying up to anywhere from 12 to 15 bucks a pound, right? And he's getting $3.75.
Wow.
So it's a lot of labor.
Yeah, now.
And the season's only really 5 or 6 months. That's when they, I'm amazed. They go down 300 feet. That's a lot. And
Yeah.
they daisy chain probably 2 traps, maybe 3 traps. Daisy chain meaning you're hooking 3 traps together. So when you pull it up, right, at least you've got 3 traps worth.
Are
You
they
watch those
more- are
guys
they
out in the
more
Bering Sea doing the crabbing. That's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's
You said
it's
that
just
their
insane.
shells are harder, so the meat is sweeter. Are they more in demand now because of that? Is the meat better?
The hard shells,
Yeah.
yeah, the hard shells is sweeter. And it's obviously more difficult to break the shell. That's why you get the crunchers and the whatever. But I actually prefer the soft shell because you can actually break it apart.
Uh-huh.
The soft shell is what he just replaced himself with, right? And it takes several months for it to harden.
Like the crabs.
So because it gets cold, the season kind of ends?
Yeah, they go to deeper waters. And, from here, they go up to Canada. So it's interesting.
Hmm. It is.
Wow.
Wow.
But boy, there's a lot of them here. I mean, that's other than logging, that's probably the second largest industry is,
Mhm.
especially here down east,
Dave
It's a
had
tough way
these
to make a living.
in the Adirondacks where they had these guys come and take out these trees where they were over 100 feet tall.
110 feet tall. 3 foot in diameter tree
Well,
right next to the cottage. That was very interesting to see that. These guys are so good.
yeah.
They worked about 4 hours and they took down 12 trees.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they were amazing.
We saw
Do
a
they
lot
come
of
to Maine? Do they come to Maine? I've got a few trees I can have them take down, living in a sanctuary.
Well,
We
they
saw-
say anytime you plant a pine tree around a house, it's gonna cause a problem sometime,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because they grow so fast, they grow so tall, and they fall down.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw a great logging operation right off the Columbia River it was probably in Oregon then, huge operation, but we saw the same, these trees grow so big and they're so straight. The lumber they were getting out of those things was amazing, but and you get up around that country where we had never been before and you look, especially when you're flying in, you go, this country's in no danger of running out of wood.
Yeah.
Amazing. But those logging operations are just incredible.
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous jobs in the country.
Yeah.
They still, they used to sell a lot of that logging on the West Coast, went to Japan. And I don't know if they still outsource that, do a lot of that logging that they do goes out of the country.
It may, I don't know.
Yeah.
Mike, did you get a storm up there about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, but we got rain, and some wind, but nothing serious. It's interesting because you've been to the house, right? So we live in a 300-year-old house, right? And it's in a sanctuary, and we're the third owner, 300-year-old house. In fact, the first owner was sold to them by the governor of Massachusetts because Maine was not yet a state. So, but it's amazing because where they built the house, the back of the house is protected by the northwest wind because of the hills, right? So if I go 100 yards either side of the house, the wind is unbelievable. But where the house is, hardly any wind. So they did that 200 and some years ago, 300 years ago, with that kind of knowledge. Today, we'd have to have appraisers and people coming out with GPS signaling and everything, and everything else. But they were smart enough back then to know where to build a house and where the protection. And I think that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And how long have you had the house?
32 years.
Wow. Wow.
Do you
Yeah.
say that you have to stay there for 100 years or?
Yeah, I would love to.
That might be a good place for a reunion.
Yeah. We had 34 turkeys on the front lawn this morning, so.
Oh my
know.
gosh.
Be a good place to have Thanksgiving.
And I've seen bear twice. I've seen bear twice this season. So moose don't come that far south. They don't come down to the shore, but you got to get up north of Bangor, Maine to run into moose.
Wow.
How many other houses are close by?
In the sanctuary, there's no other house. So we're in a 2,000 acre sanctuary forever for the birds and the bees. So no hunting, nothing you can do in the sanctuary. So the nearest house is about 3/4 of a mile away in a small township called Harborside, which is kind of neat. So Harborside was famous 150 years ago because they used to take ice out of the pond. There's a pond there, freshwater pond, and export it to India out of Maine and put it in the bottom of ships and cover it with hay and take it all the way to India. I said, I can't believe it. I said, what do you have at the other side? An ice cube? I mean, I don't know how do you do that? But they did it. They exported to India. This is
Wow.
150 years ago, and fill the bottom of one of these ships that sail.
Oh my
So
God.
incredible.
They can't make ice there, huh?
No, I mean it's incredible to think about the history and the way that people survived and what they did,
Yeah,
and what we think we need today.
right.
Right.
It's just
Right.
an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Dave's dad used to deliver ice in the horse-drawn wagons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of his jobs.
Wow.
Going to the city.
Yeah. Right? They
Yeah.
had those old ice boxes.
Yeah.
So it's hard to believe how long that ice lasted in there too, right?
Yeah. We actually have one of those old ice boxes. We use it. We have a lamp on top of it. But I mean, and it was originally left with the house. And there was this guy named Robert Condon who lived up here. And he was a woodworker, right? He did everything. And so we asked him to, because the bottom of the ice box, all the molding had rotted. So we asked him to replace the molding. But the ice box had this beautiful artwork on it of flowers and stuff like that. Wooden ice box, couple 100 years old,
Jeez.
and he sanded it.
Oh, my God.
He put the molding back on. He said, I tried to get all this stuff off so you could paint it. He said, but, and so he was in his 80s and he had never been further than 27 miles in his life out of Brooksville, Maine, right? So, and he said, they sell these ice boxes at like Home Depot. I've never been there, but I understand you can buy an ice box that you can plug in. He was thinking that we were fixing the ice box so we could continue to use it in our house, in Maine. Just a
Oh, my God.
wonderful guy,
Yeah.
but never ventured further than 27 miles in
That's
80 some years
unbelievable.
out of Brooksville,
Wow.
Maine.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
So if you're in such
Like
an
a real
isolated
old
place,
school.
how do you wind up, where do you get your power from? I mean, are you on some public?
Yeah, we're on public. So when we bought the place, it was only 32 amps of electricity. You couldn't plug in a coffee pot and a lamp at the same time. It was on 60 Minutes years ago, not our house, but the township, because it was the last place in the country that had 4-digit dialing.
Oh, my
Right.
gosh.
Yeah.
And that went away. And then they put in the phone systems. We still have a telephone up in Maine, right? And then they put in DSL. That's the older bandwidth technology. That's what I have at the house now. But I'm on the telecommunications committee, and we're putting in fiber networks. But they have to come through the sanctuary to go from Harborside to Brooksville. I'm in the middle of it. So they I paid $600 for them to put a telephone pole on the property. And then we made a connection from there and put a 200 amp service into the house. That was years ago. So we have good electricity. We still don't have good bandwidth,
yeah.
but that'll come in another year. So
Maybe it's not a good thing. Uh-huh.
yeah, it's good things and bad things, right? The good things is you become state of the art. You start using the internet for everything and whatever. The bad thing is you start using the internet for everything. You don't sit down and read a book. You don't because when you're really remote, all of a sudden you find things to do that you did 30, 40 years ago. You read a book at night, all that jazz, right?
You can call me. I'm home. Bye.
Yep, Mary's coming on.
Oh, dear.
And you've been going. up
Trying.
there- Wow, that's amazing.
Little does she know we're hearing her.
Dave Cohn, are you still alive?
She's on a live mic.
He's either dead or taking a nap, one of the two.
Who, Dave? Dave Kahn?
Dave
He's a
taking
good
that.
man.
Hello? Hello?
She's taking a nap.
Mike, you put him to
That
sleep.
is funny.
Drink. You want anything, Lynn?
Sure.
I've been watching him for 10 minutes trying to figure out whether he had died or is just taking a nap.
I think he's breathing.
Take a power nap.
Conversation was not exciting.
Dave,
enough.
wake up, it's time to go to school.
I don't know
Oh,
what kind of pills he's taking, but they must be good ones.
I think he's breathing. Eleanor, you're the nurse.
I was gonna say his shirt looks like he's
Yeah.
moving. Plus his head would, they drop to the side and stuff. Do you have a phone number to call him?
Oh, I do. Maybe I'll try it again. See if it works.
Well, as long as he doesn't start snoring.
Oh, boy.
Very entertaining.
He's waited 3 months to put this together.
Right.
Wear 'em out.
I hope he's okay.
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, we ought to put it on YouTube. He joined our class reunion.
Oh, wait,
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Oh, hi, Dave.
There he is.
Hey.
Hey,
you made us nervous.
Dave, do you have any good dream?
Let's give him something.
Virgil, you guys trying to reach me? I couldn't get the phone in time.
Yeah, we're trying to reach you. We're all trying to reach you.
I
You
fell
fell
asleep.
asleep.
Yeah, I
He
did.
zoned out on us.
Yeah,
It sucks getting old.
yep.
Yeah, I mean,
It's sure not for sissies.
Oh, that's for sure.
do you have any good dream or no?
And just your lovely voices just lull.
Slow
Your mellifluous tone.
tone.
Oh,
You dreamt about eating a steak probably, huh?
I wish.
For
oh,
for a lobster.
When I get my my new teeth,
There you
I'll
go.
be able to eat a steak again. Right now,
And Dave, what's wrong with Mary? She can't seem to get on. We can hear her talking.
we did. No, we did hear her.
Yeah, we did hear her, but not anymore.
she's muted again, and there's no way to unmute her if she has to. do it. Hi, Mary.
You know, we're getting old because Dave could have us indicted for laughing at him that hard over him just sleeping. That's all he did. And we had more fun with that
Unmute.
than
Okay.
we should.
There's Mary. Whoops, and now we don't see
Nope.
her again.
No, we could hear her
I'm off
before,
again.
but
Yeah,
couldn't
we
see
just
her.
heard her for a moment, and then she's muted.
Yeah.
Wait, I might be able to unmute her. Just a second.
There we go. Yeah,
Hey,
come on, Mary.
Well,
No.
Okay, let me see. Hide thumbnail. What is that? Show small actors.
We hear you.
Well, that's good because I'm not muted, but I can't get my picture up.
what kind of
Okay.
machine? What kind of machine are you using?
I'm on my computer, Dave.
And what kind?
Oh, God.
Apple or
HP
Windows.
or-
It's Windows.
oh, okay. Well, then there should be a little thing down at the bottom. If you bring your cursor all the way down to the bottom of the screen,
Yeah.
there should be something pops up over on the left that says mute and unmute.
Start video.
On your face.
Now,
Yes.
next to the stop, yeah, well, hit start video. There we come.
There
Hey,
you go.
Everyone. I will.
Okay,
there
lower
she
the,
is, and beautiful as ever.
lower the landing gear as you're coming in. Yeah.
Oh, my husband's not here to help me. That's why. He always does that. Anyway, so I don't know if people heard that we were on vacation out in the Hamptons and he fell and broke his ankle big time.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So he waited 7 days to have his surgery at the Southampton Hospital. Great
Okay.
surgeon there, lucky us. And then we had to take one of those global medevac Lear jets home because there was no other way we could get home. So he's in rehab. He's not happy. Because he can't put any weight on his leg at all for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow.
He's not been happy at all.
Who
And
was-
I was out and about and out to dinner with my neighbors. They said, Mary, come to dinner. And so now I'm here. So I'm glad I was able to.
Were you on the, were you on
Tremendous.
that, were you on that Learjet flight with him?
Yeah, and so was my dog.
How was it?
Very fast. I mean, at a Learjet, they take off like a rocket. But they were, it was very interesting. They had a nurse and a paralegal, what is it? Wait,
Medic.
paramedic there, taking care of him the whole time, then an ambulance back home to the rehab. So he's been in rehab for almost a month.
Ugh,
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
I
Oh,
hate
but
that.
he can't, well, you know, he's been grouchy. He likes to control things and, you know, no one likes to be stuck like that, but,
How long before he can come home?
oh, weeks. He's gotta
Ah.
be, tomorrow we go to see the orthopedic and they'll tell us how much longer it is until he can be on his foot, which I think is another 2 or 3 weeks. And then after that, he has to have occupational therapy to let him get around.
Wow.
What was the
So,
surgery?
Very interesting. You know,
Hi, Sue.
these things happen. Hi there.
Mary, who was the surgeon?
I'm sorry.
Who was the surgeon in Southampton?
Surgery, we were very lucky. He was called Dr. Marsh, James Marsh. He he graduated Harvard and he worked at Mass General. So that's enough right there. He had
Wow.
an excellent pedigree. And as a matter of fact, when Fred's orthopedic, who's a very fussy guy, saw his cut and his wound, he was delighted. He said, I couldn't have done a better job. Because Thulsa and Dean, they do shoulders and knees for all the sports people. They're all over the lobby, shoulders and knees for all the sports people. So it's been a busy time for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tough stuff. Did you have to leave your car in the Hamptons?
Oh, yes, we had to send that home. Another $2,000.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
We're trying to see if we can get Medicare to pay for the flight, for a portion of it, which was, you know, really big bucks. So
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
Where do you live? Mary, where do you live?
South Carolina, down by Hilton Head.
Oh, okay.
So there was no way we could have stayed up there. We were visiting my friend, you know, certainly can't. I mean, her house was not set up for that. Plus, who wants to stay in somebody else's house? Can't do that. We needed physical therapy. We had to come home.
Right, right. Wow.
Poor Fred. He was real upset. Never got any corn. Never had. We did go to a pool, into the pool, had a delightful meal the first night. Next day, 11 o'clock, fell down the stairs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
Hey,
good to
Sue.
see you both. It is.
Hey there, Sue.
I said,
Hi there.
You're muted.
No, I'm glad that I got on before you all left. I thought I'd be back much earlier. And my dog went. So, what did I miss? Everything.
Oh, we've been talking about the hurricane
Oh, yeah,
and
nasty.
Ian.
So what did John do? Did he evacuate Higgins? Did he leave?
No,
What did he
I
do?
don't think so.
No?
I don't know. He wasn't talking about it. I mean, I don't know if people on the East Coast.
No,
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 they
No, they
haven't.
didn't
no,
get it
it's not
bad.
on the East Coast yet.
Well, I will say that I have, my sister Jean lives in Venice on the West Coast. Her son and his wife and Jean went to my other sister's house, Irene and Ed, on the East Coast. So they're all cozy, having, you know, a nice time. So that's it. conference. You know, so they're busy.
Yeah.
Tell them about your cryotherapy.
Sue wants me,
Andrew.
Sue wants me to tell you about this cryotherapy. I went to investigate this morning where they put you in a chamber
Oh, God, you gonna do that?
and they reduce the temperature to, I think it's 320 degrees minus.
Oh, my gosh.
And what are they gonna
Wow.
do? They're gonna save you until what?
It's gonna take care of all my ailments.
No,
Yeah.
really?
It'll
Yeah,
kill you.
I walk out of there and
Kill you.
break my.
If he lives.
Yeah,
Go
Yeah,
from there-
right,
you
exactly.
Go from there to a shroud.
Yeah.
If
So
it's
Sue,
hard-
what do you think about that?
She's all for it.
I'll just get another insurance policy, that's all.
Yeah, that's right.
You go right from there to a crematorium to wake you up.
Huh.
So how long is that treatment, Dave? It can't be more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that's all.
That's it, 3 minutes.
And what is
What
this?
does that
What are
do,
they
Jacob?
treating you for?
They freeze you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Well,
gotta
that,
feel
that
better
happens every day here.
when you
I
thaw
would
out.
think
you
that
wanna
at
feel
minus 320, you'd freeze solid in no
Yeah.
time at all.
You can,
What does that
I
do?
mean,
Sue? It's-
minus 453 is absolute zero.
Zero.
or 454.
your head sticks out.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice of them.
Yeah, that's
And,
good.
and what are they treating you for?
Everything.
It's just
You mean aches and pains?
Whatever ails you, huh?
so I can play better golf.
Our son goes before they play golf. Our son and the people he plays with, they either go for a massage, they go for acupuncture, or they go and get frozen. So they'll play a better game. How's that?
Oh,
Well,
God.
I suppose compared to being frozen, everything else feels good. You know, when you come out of that, by comparison, it's great.
It's gotta feel better.
Yeah.
You get to
Right, you have to feel
put
better.
slippers on so your feet don't get too cold.
You actually know people that have done this.
Our son does it and all his friends all the
And-
time.
And they've survived.
how many times can you do that?
He does it often, I think, because he's been trying to talk his father into it for a long time, so I have no idea why, but we'll find out.
Minus
They have a
325
sauna
degrees.
that has a laser on it that you go in there for a few minutes and they zero the laser on the parts that hurt. And then they have an Epsom salts bath.
Well, that sounds good. So Dave, are you,
Yeah.
are you looking forward to this? Or are you talking yourself into it?
No, I'm getting bored with everything, so I.
But you get that cold, you get brittle, right? You could break off a finger or
Yeah.
something, or
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
my
bring them
God.
My son talked me into skydiving, but he'd never talked me into
Into
that.
that.
Yeah.
So what is this? Do you mind filling us in on what the cost is in case we're all interested?
Just-
Oh, Lynn, you're too
Like-
much.
$25 a session.
How much?
You have to sign up for 6 sessions.
How much is it?
$25.
Oh,
25?
that's, okay.
That's
That's the
it.
bargain price.
The bargain.
It is a bargain.
Yeah, it's a steal.
$5 for 3 minutes is not bad.
how many minutes?
3, that's all you could take.
I
What, 3
Two and a
minutes?
half, maybe
here for
two.
nothing.
Hey, Sue,
I would think they would start off less than 3 minutes and build you up to that.
Sue, sign us
Well-
up for Monday. The 4 of us will go.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Well,
Dad, Jerry, we're gonna wait till you're here so you can witness this.
maybe we should have our reunion there. It'd be a hell of a reunion.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
How was
That's
your,
where they created the bobblehead. Because the rest of your body's frozen.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
And there's your head bobbing on top of this machine.
I don't know.
Happens if you pinky break.
Well,
They did this episode on Golden Girls. Do you remember? And they all froze themselves.
Oh, no.
No.
And the three of them were on the table and in walks the mother and
Yeah.
she still has a body. And they want to know how come they just, and she said, you didn't tip the guy?
Ah,
Oh, my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh, my.
So where do you have to go to have this done?
the
Every
morgue.
year.
It's just
Yes.
a mile.
Lynn and Tony, when you come here, we'll get you to go as well. How's that?
That sounds lovely.
I think I'd rather skydive.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you all go and let me know about it.
Jeez.
Uh,
They have
Oh,
an
my.
Epsom salts bath.
So
They-
Dave, are you gonna do that or what?
He wants to do
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna do it.
He's
He's a
building
pro-
up his courage, huh? It's a big thing.
So is
Do they
the-
have age limits or do they say it's better for younger people or not, or what?
Yeah, he said that he has several people my age in there and older.
And I don't know if they've
Are they
come
still
out.
there?
Yeah, they might still be there.
You better read the waiver really carefully before you sign it.
Yeah, really. Oh,
Hey,
my
I figured
goodness.
that out loud.
Mary, who do you have there with you?
This is Fifi.
What's the name?
Uh-oh.
That's Fifi.
Beefy.
That's my little girl. She's being such a good girl.
Is that a poodle?
That's a toy poodle.
Yeah.
You know, I always have a toy poodle, right? Good girl. And a very good girl. She's in her crate watching the house. Good girl.
Oh,
Wait,
boy.
Dave left. Did he go to have this done now?
He's going in the freezer now. I don't know if I have to worry about it.
Just save money and just go right in the
Now
freezer.
what's in
Right,
there?
let's see if it comes out again.
Well,
And
know,
Dave Kahn, Sue
technology,
Schubert is
everything in
still
technology is new
muted.
today.
Wait a second.
yes.
We
So
got
you're
two people
muted.
talking.
She's muted. The new
Yes.
Sue.
I may be able to unmute her, just a minute.
Okay.
There we go.
There it is.
Yay.
Yay.
There she goes.
Are you in Connecticut?
Yes, yep.
What's happening, Sue?
I just got in from teaching my ESL class.
Uh, Okay.
Say something to us in ESL. Yeah. Now, was somebody asking me something also? Oh, I heard my name.
Um,
We're just trying to keep you awake.
Yeah.
Are
Sue,
you
I couldn't
planning
see you the
another
night
reunion
before
for the winter?
That's who,
What'd you say?
Are you planning another reunion this winter?
I think they should.
Hope
Or you
so.
can have it in
We can't
person.
afford to wait too long.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah, That's right. So where would you like it?
Someplace warm,
Yep.
which Florida was not last year, so
You could do Cocoa Beach again.
it was cold.
How about March?
Well, it always is in
January is always cold.
Well, then let's not do it in
Further south.
January.
How about Bermuda?
thing. It does get a lot more expensive for February or March, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really?
relevant, yeah.
Well, there's always that cruise possibility.
That's right. Cruising is always good.
I've never done that.
Not for
John,
sale.
John's the expert on that, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
I love cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me too.
I would
Yeah.
love it.
So
And for
Lynn
those-
and Tony, is that your new place that you've moved into?
Yes,
You like
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we
Good,
love it.
good.
It's very good. We really like it a lot. We have no complaints.
Great. Glad to
Yeah,
hear that.
yeah.
Downsizing is always difficult.
Doing Trans-Pacific in about 2 weeks from Honolulu to Sydney.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Wow.
That should be nice. 19 days.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
nice. Any particular occasion or just for a vacation? Like life is a vacation for you, I know.
We try to do one or two a year at least. We went the coast of Norway in July. And
Nice.
for the fall, we're going across the Pacific. And next spring, we're doing the Caribbean, and next fall, we're doing the transatlantic.
Wow,
Good.
nice.
That's
So
some
the
kind of-
transatlantic is always great. That's a wonderful cruise.
Yeah, this
Wow.
one starts off in England, Southampton, and it goes down to Portugal, Spain, Canary Islands, then comes back up to Bermuda and ends up in New Jersey.
Oh, my goodness.
Huh.
Wow.
Wonderful. What cruise line are you going on?
We usually go on Royal Caribbean.
Okay, that's nice.
We've been using them for years now, and
It seems to me there must be an easier way to get to New Jersey.
Roundabout.
So Harold has his dog.
Yes.
Yeah. Dog.
I got two boys.
Two of them.
When they heard Fifi was a really good looking gal, they got
Oh,
the.
Fifi. Look at the doggy. Look at that, Fifi.
Did they enjoy their dinner?
What's that?
Yes, they did.
Is that doggy?
The shop steward demanded
Oh,
dessert
doggy.
first, though. Dessert first before dinner. So.
That's great.
He's
So
looking for
where
the dog.
are you cruising from, Bill? To Sydney? Where, I missed it.
Honolulu. We have to fly
my,
to Honolulu. The ship leaves from there.
nice.
Oh, the ship takes you to Sydney.
Hmm?
You're not flying to Sydney and then cruising. You're
No, we're
cruising.
flying to Honolulu and then cruising down to Sydney
So where does it
and then
stop? en
flying
route?
home from Sydney.
Where does it
Wow.
stop? Besides Sydney?
It stops in Moorea, Tahiti, makes 3 stops in New Zealand and then goes to Sydney.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you
That's
spending any
great.
time in Sydney?
So we'll get to sample the New Zealand wine.
Ah,
Yeah, Pat was asking if you would spend any time in Sydney, or is it just right home?
Now, we're gonna stay a couple of days and then come home.
nice.
Like a great trip.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. 19 days. Oh, sounds
Mhm.
awesome.
You fly back?
Yeah. That's a haul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of jet lag for that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It'll take me a week to recover,
Yes.
at least.
That's
The older I get, the longer it takes.
great.
and it's always harder going from west to east. There's always more jet lag. It's not so bad going the other way, but flying back from the Pacific is
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I used to fly back and forth to Connecticut and LA all the time, I always had a problem with jet lag. And I read this article, and it sounds strange, but it worked for me, that when you get where you're going, not before, but afterwards, you eat a pint of raspberries. That's supposed to help, and it worked for me. Of course, I
Raspberries.
was younger then. Either
Fine.
that or drink the juice of Brussels sprouts that you have oil.
Oof.
These
Rather
are
have
like-
the
it
raspberries.
helps me,
You're right.
okay? The raspberries always work for me.
Raspberries.
You could make them into a smoothie.
Mhm.
No, just eat plain raspberries. No sugar, nothing, just eat them.
Interesting. Well, we've learned a lot tonight. Cryotherapy, raspberries.
Raspberries.
Yeah.
You can freeze your
Mhm.
body.
The only raspberry I know is
What if you had cryotherapy while you're eating the raspberries?
Raspberries.
Oh, there you go.
well, you could freeze the raspberries, in the cryo tank.
Oh,
Take it in with you, and then you could eat them afterwards.
Did Dave go now? Is that where he's?
He's gone. No, This will have to turn into a new health seminar, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wow.
oh, man.
Yeah.
New other health tips of the day.
So he's really gonna do this, huh?
He's been talking about it for a long time. Yeah, I think he went today. I was playing golf and he had gone to find out about it. And I think they did some kind of back compression on him today. He said they didn't charge him. I don't know what that meant. What did they
Well,
do with back compression?
They put you in,
Uh,
they put you
We
in
need updates, Sue.
a pair of trousers.
He's gonna tell you. He's gonna tell you here.
They put you in like a pair of trousers, and then all of a sudden this thing goes and it blows up and compresses everything around the trousers. And it's very interesting. And then it shuts off and does it again. So
At our age, compressing everything around the trousers.
Wait a minute,
might be a
Dave.
good thing.
Aren't there some things around the trousers you don't want compressed?
I didn't want to say that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, but that 350 degrees below zero probably gives him the best direction he ever had.
Talk about a ball buster. Literally.
Oh, I guess getting old is just, it's not easy.
Don't let Dave Birdsall.
He got
plan the
compressed
next-
today. He's gonna get frozen the next day.
If he came out with a squeaky voice, you know it worked.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And the insurance paid up.
I know.
Here I always thought of Dave as
We
being
all
a
wish
pretty
you well, Dave.
conservative guy.
It sounds very interesting.
Oh my goodness.
well, I've been married 55 years. Nothing much bothers me.
Oh, God.
Oh my. So wait, did you do this with the trousers already?
Yeah, he did it today.
Today?
It's
Everything's
getting
still
ready
working
for
okay?
He's gonna say,
therapy.
how are the boys?
Yeah, how the boys? Everything working all right? Holy cow.
What did you say? I missed that.
How's your voice?
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. But they have an Epsom salts bath that's so loaded with Epsom salts that you don't
Float.
sink into the water. You kind of float on top.
The float.
They call it flotation therapy.
Yeah,
That was
I mean,
it.
they have that in the spas.
Like the Dead Sea.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like the Dead Sea, yeah.
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 So
We did
how do
that
you,
too.
Is
How
that
do you-
with the trousers on or off?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Every-
Oh, my.
Everything is a visual.
And host a reunion, you know? Dave, ask them next time you go if they would host a reunion. That
I
could be-
can
that
tell
could be
you
exciting.
my favorite Dave story. We went to our grandson's baseball game. And Dave had to use the bathroom, but the men's room was locked. So he went in the ladies' room. And I'm leaving the field and I get a phone call saying, I'm locked in the ladies' room. And I can't get out.
You couldn't get out, huh?
this is all coming together.
Right?
They had a time lock on this thing. When they shut down the facility, the bathroom locked. So you couldn't get out.
Sue, how'd you get him out?
And he was
Gotta
in there
find-
for an hour. When I came back, there was a whole crowd of people around the ladies' room. They had called the police, they called the park superintendents and whatever. And because it was on a time lock, there really was no way to get him out of there.
See you tomorrow.
I thought he was gonna have to spend the night, but the funniest thing was this little boy there going, are you a boy? Are you, what are you doing in there? You know, it's just.
Yeah, don't you know
What are your
that?
pronouns?
Yeah, what are
Well,
your
they
pronouns?
should all have, fail safes from the inside, like
Oh
like
my God.
in trunks and stuff like that.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
And what's so valuable, you know, that they have to have a time like, it's like a bank vault. You know,
Well,
what are they
it's a little
storing
different
in
than the
there?
way It was when we went.
No, after a certain hour, you know, the place is vacated, so they don't want to leave it for vandals or anything like that, I guess.
How'd they get him
Well,
out?
it's one,
Yeah.
it's
managed
one
to
thing
get
to
out.
sneak in.
Get out.
It's
No,
one
they-
thing to sneak into the ladies' room, thinking that you could get away with it. It's another thing when you get locked in the ladies' room and half the township and the police force is there when you get out.
How did you get out?
Yeah, how did they get it open?
They released it from the main office.
I thought you got out.
No, the police went to the office and they got it. They popped the lock or whatever they did remotely. Well, it was very entertaining for everybody but me.
You know,
I'm sure.
you should have just told them when you got out that you were just a little more in touch with your feminine side.
Yeah, and if nothing else, you were the butt of the jokes.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
my God.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, my
You
goodness.
sure you want to go to Memphis, Pardones?
You don't know what kind of trouble Dave will get you
Oh,
into.
my goodness.
Sure.
Oh, we lead a boring life. We haven't done anything like this.
That little kid, he was so funny. "Oh, man, what are you doing in the ladies' room?" About 7 or 8 years old. Said, "You gotta go get me some help. I'm locked in here." "Okay, I'll be right back."
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Ah,
Oh, my
Sounds like an
God.
episode of I Love Lucy.
You sound like a Seinfeld.
Well, everyone, I'm
Never been
gonna
dull.
leave. I'm tired. Had a very long day. Love seeing everyone.
Hope
And
your
let me know where the
husband
next
feels
one is.
better.
Right, tell
Yeah.
Fred we hope he gets better
Oh,
Yeah.
soon.
thank you so much.
Give
Thank
him
you.
our love.
Take care, Mary.
Good seeing you,
Stay
Mary.
safe,
Good
Mary.
night,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Dave, good luck with your cryosurgery or whatever it is.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Ah,
well.
We need
I-
a special edition after you go, Dave. We want to hear all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, actually, the
Yeah.
week after, we went up to Boston, and it was
Come
when we went up for your brother's memorial.
Uh-huh.
We visited our grandson afterward, and Dave went in this underground garage and parked. And when our grandson and I went to find him, he got locked in there. So it was like a week later, he was locked in the garage. So I kept thinking everything happens in threes. Where are we gonna get locked in next?
In next.
But,
Oh, my gosh. Now, how did you get out of there?
Some guy who was also locked in, he went over and he lifted the gate and then the door opened. Once the gate was lifted, the door opened. And there were 3 or 4 cars locked in there. And the guy who was the attendant, he couldn't do anything. He tried everything. He couldn't do anything. But this one guy, he came, lifted the gate, the door opened, we got out of there.
Was it Superman? It sounds like somebody came to the rescue.
Dave,
Oh,
we'll get a
my
cab
goodness.
tomorrow.
Usually when you pull in the outside, the ground is activated and the door opens. And, you know, we had no one to pull up or anything. So our grandson and these 2 other guys, I have videos of them jumping up and down, trying to get the door to open. You know, it was another event.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yes, like I said, it's not ever boring for sure.
No.
Oh.
not with birds all around.
Not with birds all, nope. So, anyway, well, now you got us all recorded here, Dave,
Yeah,
Yeah.
including your snoring.
Right,
oh boy,
right.
You too.
hey, it's not often I'll be able to see myself sleeping.
Sleeping.
Right.
How often do you get to do
Wow.
that in a lifetime?
Well, we had Eleanor checking on you, so.
Your shirt was moving up and down. We knew you were still breathing.
Yeah.
Well,
And
thank
we don't
you.
want the recording to end up with a 20-minute gap. We-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, really.
Right.
Yeah, you better do some editing.
I could edit that out probably.
Or not.
Yeah, right.
Priceless.
Entertaining.
Yeah, don't edit that out. Edit the part out where we're talking about Dave freezing that thing.
And the trousers.
Yeah, right, right.
Reminds me, one of the recordings that we had from, I guess it was the second half of our reunion, they've temporarily blocked on YouTube because one of the songs that John played had a copyright claim to it or something.
Oh, really?
Ugh.
And anyhow, if I can find a way to delete it, they may allow it to be posted. But I may have to cut out 3.5 minutes or something of that recording in order to get it back up there. It was up there for a year or more, no problem. And all of a sudden, I couldn't get to it. And then I see the notice copyright claim. So we'll see what happens.
That's a riot. There are people that are just looking through them all the time.
They got nothing better to do with it.
Nothing better
It's
to do.
It's probably an algorithm. It does it by computer. Well, they fought me once on the Wanto Alma Mater, saying that was a tune from something. I wrote back in and I said that tune is ancient.
Yeah.
And it goes back long before whatever they were saying that it had a copyright. And they let it go. They didn't take that one down, but they did take down one of them. And I'll get it back up there eventually. While I have you all together, I need somebody to back me up on. I think I may have mentioned this before. I do a lot of stuff with Facebook and the Shutterfly site and these things and stuff. And I don't want somebody who has to do anything, but I would love somebody to train so that if I get disabled, and can't do it, I don't want everything to drop dead, even if I am. I'd rather not lose this great thing that we've got with this class. So if any of you, you don't have to be a tech whiz. It's just, it's a little tedious sometimes, but it's a labor of love. And if somebody's willing to back me up, I'd be happy to walk them through the different things that I do.
Well, the risk is in our age group is that we all fell asleep. And what would we do? We'd all be sitting there.
Yeah, or all gonna croak. So you gotta. I'd get a young guy, about 30-year-old.
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to take us under his young wing, but seriously, if one of you guys, or maybe I'll put out an email, but if anybody wants to volunteer to, like co-own the Facebook site and so that things can just keep going. I'm not going to be around forever, but even if I am, I conceivably could be incapacitated. And I'd hate to lose this.
Mhm. Dave comes out of cryotherapy much younger.
Oh, that could be, yeah.
We'll set
Yes.
it right up.
Perfect.
Young Dave Birdsall.
Yeah, he'll have the mind of a 40-year-old.
Oh, my.
No, I don't know, Dave. I don't know how many people would love to do what you've been doing for such a long time. You put in an awful lot of hours and time into it. So,
Well, the maintenance time is not overly great. It's just sending out reminders and things like that and announcing who's died.
yeah.
That seems to be the bulk of what I'm doing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
We could say we took a vote.
yeah.
The thing with Jimmy Stearns hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was
Yeah.
expecting Patty to go and not him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about Richard Edom? They were born the same day in the same hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know they were good for that. I had not known, but I found out that they were very good friends.
Yeah,
yeah.
their mothers used to walk them together, apparently.
Oh,
Did we see that on an email or something?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we did.
yeah.
In Richie Edom's, well, I found out about Stearns dying through Richie Edom's email.
Mhm,
That's
That's
He
what it was.
explained about how they were both born on the same day
Yeah,
Right,
and grew up together and all that jazz.
right.
yeah. Wow.
hmm.
Well, yeah, I think if you put that out there, somebody will, Tony
I
would
hope
like to
somebody
volunteer.
steps up. What's that?
We could tell John Higgins that we took a vote and he won.
That's
Yeah.
right.
He could do it easily.
Yeah,
Whether he would want to or not is another story. But, yeah, I mean, that'd be great.
Tell him the good news is we all voted for him.
Bam.
right.
It was unanimous.
It was
Unanimous, by acclamation, tell them.
Correct,
Well, yeah.
Mr. Congeniality.
Well, I will put it to him, but, I don't want to put a single, an individual on the spot. It's got
No, don't. Yeah,
to do because you want to.
we'll talk to him.
We'll
Yeah.
all talk to him, yeah.
Thank you.
Guys, I gotta sign off. I got a battery warning,
Oh.
sitting in the parking lot. My
Okay.
batteries.
I
running
hope
out of
it's your phone battery, not the car battery or the.
Or the other battery, me.
Oh, okay, that too.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
right.
Good seeing you, Mike.
Good night,
See ya.
Mike.
Yeah.
If you were able to join
Great,
us.
so sorry I was late. But that's why I can't do what you do, Dave, because I always forget that we're having it.
Yeah, well, you sleep beforehand.
Yeah. So, anyways, great seeing you all.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, take it easy.
He's gone.
We're gonna sign off also.
Yeah, well, we're coming up on the
Yeah, we are
2
too.
hours.
Yeah, we're coming on at time.
So,
It's good to see you all. See you tomorrow, Birdsalls.
Yeah, have fun
safe
this
travel.
how
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Your raspberries.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, would you have those when we arrive, please?
I was trying to get some.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.
Hey,
Bye.
stay-
Safe
Bye.
travels. Well, I guess it's that time.
Yeah, if
huh?
we don't see you,
Yeah, I'm gonna wave goodbye.
yeah,
Your
take care.
eyes,
Bye,
sir.
Harold.
Okay, stay warm.
Everybody take
Harold.
care.
Yeah.
Stay warm,
Stay
yeah.
warm, Harold.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bill, have a safe trip. When are you
Well-
doing that?
We're leaving here October 8th. The ship
Wow.
sails October 9th.
Oh, wow, that's right
Oh,
around the
coming
corner.
up.
not much time in Honolulu. Oh, look who's here.
No, I've
Don't
I've been to
anybody more
Hawaii
go away.
before.
Scuderi's
Huh?
coming on.
Wow.
He's
What'd you
muted,
say,
Dave.
Yeah, well, give him a moment. He's probably. He's not connected enough to.
Oh, John Scuderi.
There we go.
Mhm.
Hey, John, say something.
Hi, Dave. How are you? How is
Hey,
everyone?
good.
Hi, David.
Hey, John.
Another Dave here.
And we got 2 Daves here.
Got 2 Daves, 1 Tony. How's everybody doing? I guess
We're
a
good.
number of people didn't join tonight because of the storm.
Where are you,
Well,
John?
Eleanor's here.
I made it
Yeah,
in Tampa.
There he is.
Yeah,
where are you?
I'm still in Wantor.
He's still there.
That's great.
Oh,
That's
God.
I
great.
think I'm one of 2 people that stayed in Wantor, still here.
Who's the other?
I forget his name. He lives
know
on,
him.
he lives by
Chuck
the.
Dawson. Chuck
Who's that?
Dawson is still there.
Who?
Charlie Dawson?
Yes,
Oh,
Charlie
okay.
Dawson. He lives by the library.
We
Yeah.
have a few from our class, right, Sue?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Veronica and Jerry Holgren.
Right,
Right.
yeah.
Eileen Ollie.
Eileen, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, let's see. Jerry Best lives in Wantagh,
It's,
Yep.
and
So there are more people.
Yeah.
That's it. You're gonna have to have a little party yourselves now, John.
So where is your house, John?
I'm in the Forest Lake area, 2 blocks north of Sunrise,
Okay.
just off of Mill Road.
You
I'm
traitor,
in between the 2 lakes.
you traitor. You used to be a South Wantagh guy.
Yeah.
I used to be south of Merrick Road, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Woodland Avenue.
You were on Woodland?
That was my parents' house.
Yeah.
I go by every once in a while. It's very nostalgic, but things have changed.
No, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Woodland Avenue, sure. Mhm.
So
Tell us
what
what about
street
your
are you
folks'
on
house.
now?
Lowell Avenue.
Lowell Avenue. Wow.
don't know that.
Yeah, it's 1 block long. That's all.
Wow.
Eleanor, what about your folks' house?
Haven't been there in a while. What I found was that everybody put a top on their house. When you go down the street, everybody put a top on, a top on, a top on. But yeah, and there was never those 2 houses. We were the last house and then the hotel. Now
Right,
there are 2 houses in what was the lot that we used to play football and baseball
right,
in.
right.
There are now 2 homes there. So
Wow.
they blocked the view of the hotel. I could see who was coming and going out of the hotel.
Oh, wow.
Never been inside that bar ever. My brother says that's not true. I said, never.
Oh, no kidding.
No, I had never been in, I had been in the lobby, I think 1 or twice. My mother would babysit once in a while, but I had never been in the bar. I just never went. Johnny said, I'm sure you must have. I said, no, I didn't.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, no.
That's
They-
funny.
Steve said he used to ride horses in that lot.
Yes, he did. And they would have weddings in the bar area. Used to have a lot of weddings. And we would go there to pick up all the stuff that they would drop from the weddings and all that.
Yeah.
It was fun living next to it, but
It's-
just when it became the place everybody went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
I
played a lot.
missed what hotel that was.
Jones Beach, the JBH.
Oh,
Yeah.
JBH.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I'm close to the old Wantagh Hotel, which
Yeah.
burned
Yeah.
down and it's now a McDonald's.
yes.
Right.
Oh,
Saw
wow.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what a shame.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Well,
Very
there were 2
popular.
lots, empty lots next to my house on Beach Street too.
Yes,
That
you
now-
told me there are houses there now.
2
Yeah.
houses, yeah.
There
Been
was
there a
water.
while.
That was
Yeah.
water.
Used to be a creek there, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
You
other-
taught me
the
how
other-
to skip rocks in that water that time. And I said, how could they build a house on what was water?
When we moved into Loughbury Avenue in 1949, we had a farm behind us.
Wow.
That's all
Wow.
No
houses.
kidding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
my gosh.
What'd they grow on the farm?
Mostly potatoes.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
where our house was, it was a potato farm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Wow.
guy named Sauer, Sauer, owned that place.
I think
Or
it's
the Levittown, all of the old Levittown was potato farms.
Potato farms.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, you people
That's right.
talk about that little creek. That little creek has become quite a park today. I don't know if any of you have seen it.
Oh, yeah, I
They
know.
they
Wantagh
call it
Park.
Wantagh Park, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just below.
Well, it was more than, it was all kinds of wetlands. I mean, it was.
That's what I said.
all-
My
all been
sister
filled
took
in.
us there and I said, how did they build
It
a
was
park on what
almost
was
a
water?
swamp.
Was
Yeah.
water.
They,
That's right.
they ran,
They
They
fill
ran-
it in.
they ran a big pipeline out to the ocean
And
south of
dredged.
Wantagh, and they sucked up the water. They had pumps going 24 hours a day.
Just to-
And as the water got sucked up, it sucked up sand. And they brought that water to wherever they wanted it to go. And it settled down and it left the sand there. then they would drive telephone poles down into the sand to stabilize it. And then they built houses. So all of the houses south of Merrick Road, far south, are all built on this reclaimed land. They actually built the land up about 5 feet taller than the rest of the land.
Than what it
around.
was. I mean,
Oh,
my
that's the
sister
man-
took us and I said, but this was water. How did they do all of this?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, all you could see was houses.
Yeah, we used to catch killies there and then go up to the end by Joe Andy's and use the killies to get crabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a killie on a hook and a crab would come up with it.
We used to
Yeah.
go out from Tony's block and we would try to walk to the first bridge. And it was always one water that would come across and we couldn't make it and we'd have to go back.
Yeah.
That was someday we were going to be able to walk to that first bridge.
We used to try to get there from the canal, and actually it was called Cedar Creek
Right.
Right.
next to my house. And we
Right.
used to try to get out on, we had an old boat my dad had gotten, and we'd try to get out a couple times to the first bridge, and we never made it because
No.
it was such a windy creek and parts of it got very shallow.
Yep.
So I don't think we ever made it
Was
out.
was that where Joe Andy and Seabreeze were, the two fishing places?
Yeah, Seabreeze
Yeah.
was the first block on the other
Seabreeze,
side
right.
of the parkway.
Yeah,
Right.
they used to rent out rowboats and little small power boats.
Huh.
Where Tony said we used to throw the rotten apples at the cars.
Right.
Oh,
I didn't, you did that. Ellen.
No, it must have been Johnny. Johnny must have
That's
done
right,
it.
Johnny did it. Johnny did it.
He did it.
He was always a troublemaker.
Yeah, wasn't he?
the seagulls liked apples. You could throw
The
anything.
police
at them.
cars didn't like them though when we threw
No,
them.
no.
Oh, my gosh.
The seagulls liked the killies too,
Yes.
because after we were done fishing, we'd use them for bait. After we were done fishing, going back in, we'd take what we had left and throw them up in the air, and the seagulls would go nuts.
Yeah, they would
Did
almost.
they catch them in midair?
Pardon me?
Did they catch them in midair?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, John?
Not too good. I have a lot of ailments. I'm anemic. My white blood cells are killing off my red blood cells. So I go tomorrow for my last infusion session where they're trying to reduce the activity of my white cells so that I can build up more red cells. I also had sciatica, so I couldn't walk for a while. It really hurt. And because of the medications that I'm on, my body, which was chickenpox years ago, as a child, developed into shingles. So I have shingles now.
Oh, my.
I'll tell you, that is painful.
Painful.
Yeah.
If you've ever had it, it's painful. I hope you never get it.
Mm.
But that's ebbing away. So, yeah, it's that old adage, don't get old. Gets tough. But at least I'm still upright. That's a good thing.
That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
Oh, good. Take
Yeah.
care of yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry you're going through all that though, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot. One week I was at 7 doctors,
Jeez.
each one for a different kind of, I had heart.
Hey, during the pandemic, if it weren't for doctors, I'd never have gotten out of the house. That was my recreation during the
Go
pandemic.
to the
was
doctor.
Go to the doctor or the supermarket.
Yeah, well, we're
There
still,
were more
we're-
doctors than markets.
yeah, we're still required to wear masks when we go to
Really?
any kind of a medical facility.
Yeah. In Florida too, you have to have a mask on just to get into the building.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, here too. It's about the only place you still have to wear masks.
Mhm.
yeah. And I had one of my cardiologists said, when he found out I had shingles, he said, don't come in yet.
Wow.
It's
You
not
didn't want-
catching.
He
No,
want-
I didn't
well,
think it was.
It's catching if if they start opening up and any kind of a liquid comes out,
Oh,
that's catching. And you can actually move that into different parts of your body if you're not careful.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, but very painful. I was
Yeah.
surprised.
How long have you had it now?
About 3 weeks.
Wow.
And the interesting thing, or the non-interesting thing, I had a lot of pain and I didn't know what it was coming from in different, my chest and my back. And with shingles, you only get it on one side. It doesn't cross over both sides of your body. So I had this pain for quite a while and I didn't know until suddenly when I went to the emergency room, the doctor, that morning we checked and I didn't see anything. The doctor lifted my shirt and he said, he saw the redness. He said, you have shingles. And he was right. And then they give you an antiviral medication to try and lessen the length of time that it affects you. But it hurts. Even my shirt, if I'm in the
Just to
car
rub
and I'm
against
bouncing,
it. Yeah.
yeah, if I'm bouncing around, just the shirt rubbing against it hurts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tony, are you the baseball fan?
Yeah, we both are, yeah.
We just, if I can get my phone to come back on, that Yankee hitter set the record.
Oh, he
good.
did?
You know how you get alerts on your phone? It just came up.
Yeah,
Yankee
yeah.
slugger hits major league record.
Oh,
Good.
nice.
Aaron Judge, yeah.
That's his name. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, Aaron Judge. Yeah, it's the it's
Is
the
it for
official
home
non,
runs?
yeah,
Yeah, it's his
61.
major league record.
Well, he must have hit 62 then, right?
Yeah.
I think
The
he still
American
has,
League, it's
and I
the
think he
American
still has
League
5
record.
I think he
Yeah.
still has 5 games left.
61st homer of the season.
Right.
Well, that's American League.
That's the American
Yeah.
League, but it's also the non-drug enhanced I mean, league.
Yeah, yeah.
The rest of them shouldn't count.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
hope
that's what
that-
they're saying here. They don't consider the other ones
No,
because of
they
the
shouldn't be,
drugs.
or at least they should have an asterisk by their name and say they were
Right.
taking performance enhancing drugs, which the 3 of them
Right.
were.
Yeah, many consider 61 to be the true all-time record.
Right,
Right.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure he'll
well,
get a few
thanks.
more.
Yeah, it's popped up on the phone and I
was it?
said, I thought I heard you were baseball fans.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Well, how many did Roger Maris have?
61,
61.
61. He had 61. So this guy must have hit 62.
unless he just tied it.
I think he tied it,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
tied the record. Yeah. And like I said, I think he has 5 games left that he could,
Yeah, he
Right.
could.
Get a few
could
more.
Get it, yeah.
yeah. And I don't know if the playoffs count. I don't think they do.
I hope not.
No, it's gotta be regular season, I think.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah, it's just the end of the season.
Yeah.
Of course,
hope
the
he- I
season-
hope
the
he does.
seasons are longer now.
Yeah.
The manager of our building,
And 8 more games.
his name is Aaron, and we never knew his last name. Nicest young man. He's terrific in the job. And all of a sudden, we get an email from, it's called Cross Street Village, where we live. And it said something about Aaron Judge will be in room 235 or apartment 235. And I went, oh my gosh, what is Aaron Judge? Well, that's Aaron's last name,
Yeah.
which we never knew it. And I'm like, Aaron Judge is coming to Ypsilanti,
It's
Michigan.
coming.
But I said, so I finally put 2 and 2 together. I said, Aaron, what's your last name? He said, Judge. I know.
Mhm.
So anyway,
Well, that's good.
that's very good.
I got a kick out of the young man that handed Judge the 60th baseball that he hit. He caught the ball and after the game went into the locker room and gave it to
Gave it
Judge.
to him.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
It was a nice thing because that ball was
It is.
probably worth something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah.
probably got a signed whatever and all sorts of memorabilia for doing that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, we saw one game in anticipation of that. Maris's family was there at the
Wow.
game. So I don't know, they may have been there tonight. Were they home or away? You know?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It doesn't, Well, he has a gray jersey on. Do they wear the gray jersey home or away?
Away.
Away.
He doesn't have the pinstripes, right? So it's a away
Yeah.
game?
Right.
All right.
Well, that's good.
My goodness.
Jerry would enjoy hearing it too.
Yeah,
they're in-
right.
They're in Toronto.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, we've got 2 more Tiger games to get to. We're going tomorrow
Uh-huh.
and sitting in the sun. And then Sunday's the last home game, so we'll go again. Yeah,
Our grandson here goes to this Christian school and we went to their high school football game last weekend. And it's just so amazing to us because they teach the kids such manners. Our grandson's starting to call me ma'am, and I'm going, oh my gosh, the second.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, they call me sir too.
Sir, it's terrible.
I tell them the queen never got around to knighting me, so.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, bless her heart.
But
Yeah.
just the fact that they really pray at these games and
Mhm.
just such an odd thing now, and it sounds so
Yeah.
great, you know? So,
Nice.
Did you hear the baseball question on Jeopardy? What's
I
the
missed
oldest,
Jeopardy tonight.
what's the oldest stadium in the United States?
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field.
Fenway.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
Fenway.
Fenway,
Oh, wow.
then
Yeah.
Wrigley, and then it was Tiger Stadium
Right.
until they took it down.
Yeah.
Huh.
That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Sue Schubert, are you going to the reunion?
Yes,
Oh, that's it.
yeah,
Good.
on Long Island, yeah.
Right.
Great.
Good.
Have a good time.
How many are going, do you know?
Not a lot. I'm not really sure of the final number, but maybe around 40.
That's
Oh,
good.
okay.
That's
Oh, that's pretty good.
35,
I
40.
heard 36, well, whatever,
Oh,
that's really.
36, yeah,
Very, very good.
Yeah, that's great.
yeah.
That
We'll,
is
we'll be there the night before. We'll see you the day before.
Oh, you're gonna be there? Oh, great.
We are, after all, our granddaughter's playing field hockey against the rival school the night of the reunion, so
Oh,
we want to go there. And our daughter got coerced into coaching varsity field hocky.
Oh, you were telling me. Yeah, so she's doing it, huh?
They had nobody. And it's the last thing she wanted to do or thought she had any time to do. So it's been really overwhelming. for her.
Yeah,
Wow.
I bet.
And
they
they've
can't get,
so many
they can't get any teachers to, that's why I'm still working. They couldn't get a teacher. I was gonna retire,
Yeah,
get anybody. So I said, all right, I'll stay another year.
What do you teach, Susan?
ESL, English as a second
Oh,
language,
that's right, you mentioned that. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
to adults.
well, our daughter told us that, of course, out in the Hamptons, it's so outrageously expensive to live that they cannot get teachers. They
Yeah,
cannot get people that would have to live there. And
Yeah.
some of the teachers get up 4 a.m. and travel to avoid the traffic and sleep in the parking lot until school hours start.
Oh, my gosh.
wow.
So that's part of the problem why they couldn't get a coach as well, you know? And it's her daughter's senior year, so she just, felt like, golly, we can't just not have field hockey, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Which high school does
it's Pearson, it's in Sag Harbor,
Sag Harbor?
called Pearson High School. And anyway, she played a team, we got to see one game before we left. There's maybe 200 kids in Pearson High School. And she was playing a team of like 1,200 kids.
Wow.
And what a romp, it was so exciting to watch. So it was a tight game, but they beat them. So it
Oh,
was,
wow.
Good.
Good.
Very good.
yeah,
They have a good
So-
coach.
they have a good coach.
Stu, are you in Florida?
Me? No.
Stu and Dave, are you in Florida?
No, we're in Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm the only fool in Florida right now.
Are you going to be?
But I
affected
love
by
it.
this?
I live in Tampa, so we dodged another bullet, went south of us.
Yeah,
So we got, I can hear the rain now. I am about 20 miles north of Tampa right now. And it's breezy out there and it's raining hard. I can hear it now, but we still have power. She's in a fairly
town are
new
you in?
development. She lives in Spring Hill.
Spring
I hear
Hill.
that Fort
Right.
I used to
Myers,
live there.
In Spring Hill. It's a new development right off of 41.
Okay, we lived in Spring Hill for 4 years and then we moved up to Weeki Wachee.
To Weeki Wachee,
And
yeah.
Oh,
we were
wow.
down in Florida a total of 18 years.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
And then we moved up, that two days of 12 hours driving, going back up to Long Island was getting to be a little too much for us old farts.
So you got closer in
So
South Carolina.
We went to South Carolina.
What town are you in South Carolina, Bill?
We're in York,
Okay,
just below Charlotte.
all right.
I know where that is.
Oh.
Charlotte's beautiful.
Oh, it's nice
My
here.
sister
Very nice.
Lois just left. She just left South Carolina and moved down to Florida to be near her children. But she was in Conway. Almost
Okay.
on the coast.
Yeah.
My son is in South Carolina, but he's in the central part of the state in Camden, which is outside of Columbia.
Yep.
Mhm.
Right next to Cindy Zachby.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say Cindy
he's-
Zachby is down there.
He's only a few minutes from them,
Wow.
Wow.
because I visited them once when I
Yeah, she told us.
was down. Very interesting. I mean,
And why does she never come on the phone things? I don't know.
I don't know. Her and Tommy, I mean,
Technology. Tom
She
or
what?
the technology, she would love to.
Well, that's why you go to your daughter's house and she does all this for you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this.
One of Dave's best lifeguard buddies live in Spring Hill by you.
In Spring Hill, yeah.
He's been there a while. Yeah. So,
It's still kind of rural. It's getting built up,
yeah.
but I figured it's a newer construction, so that's why we came up here when the storm.
You
Was coming.
remember Marge Repke from Class of 61?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
lived, she had
lived
a-
in Spring Hill. She just
Right.
passed away.
yep, I
Yeah.
went to her
Yeah.
house. I forget how many years ago it was. I had a friend, Sue, who was in the class of 61. And she and Marge had remained friends because they lived near each other in Spring Hillish area. And she had a get together at her house and I had seen her that year and stayed in
Wow.
touch for a while. I had lost touch with her, but I saw it on Facebook that she had passed away.
Yeah, we were in touch quite a bit and she was up here visiting in South Carolina and, we had lunch together and everything else and it was nice,
Yeah.
but,
I
nice
have
girl.
pictures. I have pictures from her backyard. Which she took, I figured there must have been about 4 or 5 of us. Walter Mitchell, I think, was there. And Sue was there and I was there. Yeah, it was sad to hear that when I
Betty
saw her on
Johnson
Facebook.
lived right next door to her on Briard Street.
Wow.
And, so,
Now, Eleanor, you're in touch with Betty, aren't you?
With
Huh?
who?
Betty Johnson?
No, no.
Somebody that at the reunion was in contact with her.
Marge and her were close friends.
Right.
Really?
She's, Betty Johnson's up in Levittown.
Okay.
Oh.
At the reunion, I'm trying to remember who said that.
Yeah, they said, I can't remember who it was, that they frequently talk with her.
Yeah, I cannot remember. I'm trying to think who said that. I do not remember.
Wow.
Hmm.
Well, it's that.
yeah, I don't have
it.
an address for Betty. You say she's in Levittown, Long Island?
Betty Johnson is in Levittown, yes.
Huh.
Well, they no longer, they're not married to each other any longer, are they? Wasn't she married to Artie? Betty Johnson? Or am I
No.
getting mixed up with another
No.
Betty?
No,
I don't
Artie
know.
Johnson is
Already married, Branham.
Brown.
That's it. I got it mixed up.
Who?
I got them mixed up.
Brown
Hainson.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're in Florida.
Yeah, they're in South Carolina right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
They're on their way back, and I guess they forecast the storm enough that
Yeah.
Staying
I don't
south.
know why these people never come online with us.
I don't know. I know. I guess I don't think of it, but you end up having, he was a policeman, correct, Artie?
Yes.
I was in Smithtown General Hospital with a back, this was years ago. And he was doing guard duty, I guess, as a side job.
Yes.
And, you're looking out the door watching people and he walked past. I didn't recognize him. And all of a sudden he backed up. He recognized me sitting in that hospital bed and
Wow.
came in
Okay.
to talk to me. When he walked in, then I knew who he was, but he said, I knew you. And the minute I walked by that room, I knew who you were.
Because you almost never look like yourself when you're all.
I know.
in the gowns and everything. and-
You're right.
Huh.
How
Well,
about-
at that RV
Yep.
in Florida where he is, he's in Fort Myers Beach. He
Oh.
knows everybody in
I
that.
hope he's not there now.
Yeah.
No, we might be heading
There
toward.
may
it.
not be a Fort Myers
He was
Beach.
just-
No.
and
My
he-
son has a place in Naples and
That got
hope
the-
it's still there.
Direct hit. Naples got a direct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see the cars flooded in Naples?
Yeah.
Yes. Underwater. I have a sister-in-law who's there.
Uh,
Yeah.
My son has a amusement park in Fort Myers,
Oh,
and we don't know what's going on with that because he
Yeah.
evacuated for a while.
Wow.
oh, golly.
They took a beating there. I think
They
the storm surge is the highest in that area.
yep.
Wow.
Tragic. Oh,
It's gonna be a lot of
I
damage.
have a friend who was riding out the storm in Sarasota. I just hope she'll be okay. It was supposed to get a direct hit, but it went further
Right.
south.
mhm.
But it surge comes in from the wind going from that side. So that's
Yeah.
why they got it further down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
Well,
Hopefully
it's
it'll be
part of
all right.
life in Florida. I mean,
Yeah.
It's in the
Yeah.
building. It's just like, tornadoes in Oklahoma. It's,
Mhm.
Yeah.
if you're gonna live there, you gotta expect that.
It's a lot of tornadoes here.
We
Yeah,
had
that's right, they do.
Since we're here, it's amazing, they actually have police going through the neighborhood on megaphones and, because you have no warning and they come,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right, they're far off west. but they-
Yeah.
We bought our house in Weeki Wachee, Florida, just north of Spring Hill there. One of the first things we did was check the NOAA hurricane maps.
That's,
And it turns out that the worst case scenario, a Category 5 hurricane hitting at high tide,
which I,
the storm surge was like 35 feet.
Oy.
Wow.
And where they were building my house was 45 feet. I said, well, I may have to use my kayak to get out of here, but
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, my
Store the
God.
kayak in the attic,
Cool.
Yeah, we used
And
to go to Wiki Watchie quite a bit. My folks lived in Newport Richie. So we'd go up to Wiki Watchie.
yep. Yeah.
Watch the show.
I
Yeah.
never saw the show there. I guess they stopped them, huh?
No, it's
they're
I
still
think it's
doing
still,
that.
they brought it back
They're
again.
still
Oh, they
doing the
did,
mermaid
because I had
Yeah.
read that they had,
They've they've tried to redo the park. They've tried to, modernize the park. It was fairly old park or
Yeah.
they
whatever.
still have the
This-
girls water skiing?
The state took
No,
over
in that
it.
one, they got on there, down the bottom, they're breathing the little pipes.
Oh,
or
that's
whatever,
they
and then
breathing
dance.
through, breathing
Yeah.
through the tubes,
Yeah.
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 Where was it they had the girls water skiing? Where was that?
Oh, Cypress Gardens. that
Cypress
is now-
Springs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wiki Watchie had the underwater breathing tubes.
Had the mermaids, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, boy.
so they brought that back.
yes.
Well, it never left. They
they
opened that
stopped
in
it.
1947.
Yep.
And it was privately run and it was going downhill,
Yeah.
because that was a big roadside attraction back in the
Mhm.
day, but
Yeah.
then they built like Disney World.
Disney
and
World.
it- you know,
Couldn't
that
compete
kind of
with it.
stuff. And all these little roadside attractions went down the tubes and the state finally took them over and they've been doing a pretty good job with it.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
I wonder if the crocodile farm is still open.
That I don't know.
I went there a long time ago and actually had some crocodile soup. It was good.
Plenty of alligators down there.
Okay, you want to see my picture from our honeymoon where Dave had me sit on the alligators?
Oh,
Yeah.
where were you at? Busch Gardens? They let you do that at Busch Gardens. They used
No, it was
to.
an alligator farm.
Oh,
And,
God.
they said, oh, there's no problem as long as you don't splash the water or whatever. And I have a picture. There's about 50 alligators around me. I'm sitting on the alligators.
Oh,
Oh.
my
I
gosh.
never took the hint from then on. I took,
Well, don't worry. He's going to get in those trousers and he's going to be so young and so much better.
Yeah, right.
I used to get fairly
I'm gonna
close to
put
them in my
electrical
kayak.
support in those
but-
trousers.
John wasn't on for all of that. You'll have to, you'll have to hear about that someday.
I know. Okay, John, yeah. Dave will tell you about the new therapy. It's down to help cure everything. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Dave.
Yeah, it's
New therapy.
cryotherapy, John. And
Get ready.
they say it's really good for you. And I'm taking them at their word. So, I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know. I'm thinking about the laser in the sauna. I'm thinking about the flotation thing with the Epsom salts. And
But the cold you're not thinking about, or you are thinking
What
about?
happened to the cryotherapy?
considering, but I'm a little, I'm 80. So I don't want to push it too much.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
But anyway, they put me in this set of trousers today and they compressed me. So I'm much thinner than I was this morning.
Maybe it'll help your sciatica.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
You have water retention, Dave?
No, not much, but I do have some in my legs.
In the legs, yeah, that's where I'm having a problem. You know what I meant to ask you? Did you ever hear of a product, Biggle Oil,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
right? It's a liniment.
it is.
It's wonderful for arthritis. I use it all the time.
Yeah. It's very good. It was developed for horses.
Right.
And they put it on a horse's leg and they wrap the leg with plastic and then put a cloth bandage over it. So they call that a sweat. And what it does is it relieves the pain overnight for the horses.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it relieves arthritis pain. And it smells wonderful.
What kind of an oil is it?
I don't know. It's a liniment. It's a liquid.
Yeah, it's a liquid.
What's
Comes
the
in a
name
little
of-
tall bottle. I mean, it lasts forever.
What's the name of it?
A Biggle Oil, Biggle Oil.
Biggle, B-I-G.
Biggle Oil.
Hmm.
It might be available on Amazon. I don't know. But if Dave heard of it, it must be pretty popular.
The Absorbine, the horse liniment, used to be very good, very strong. And my back was sore. I was shoeing horses. And so I asked my brother to rub this Absorbine on my back. And we were in the Adirondacks. And
Absorbing.
he rubbed my back with it and I ran down and jumped in the stream. It was so hot.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Yeah. It was, but that used to be a good one too. They weaken. They weaken.
So
Wow.
it substitutes one pain for another.
For
Huh?
another.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to find Sue's picture on the alligator.
On the alligators.
I have a big one in here, I think.
But that was very entertaining also. You know,
Well, it must have been entertaining to see Dave jumping around and into the stream.
So you, Dave, didn't get on the alligator, huh?
No, he made her.
oh Okay.
Oh, here, is this the alligator?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my
Oh,
Look at
God.
that.
Wait a minute, where's the alligator?
They're all
Underneath her,
around.
They're all.
and they're
Oh,
all
Oh my,
around.
oh my God.
Yeah, they're all around me.
I hope you did this right after feeding time.
Yeah,
That's the only time they're safe.
Why didn't they eat you?
They were full.
The only alligator I held was on a swamp tour in the bayous of Louisiana, but they had a strap around
They,
them.
they taped the mouths on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't particularly dangerous.
Just have to watch out for the tail.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So why didn't they eat Sue there? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
I was madly in love and he wanted me to sit on.
That was Dave's idea for you to sit on an alligator?
What he wanted us to do on our honeymoon.
Did he have a lot of insurance on you?
Yeah, right.
Oh, my gosh.
that would have been a quick marriage, you know?
Yeah, really.
Marriage of
He's
convenience.
been punished now for 55 years, so it didn't work. Whatever.
Ah,
Oh, my gosh.
No.
Yeah. Wow.
Last minute.
At least I didn't get locked in the men's room.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Too funny. Well,
Well, sign off.
we're gonna say
okay,
goodnight.
Susan, thanks for joining us.
Was good seeing everybody.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
great.
you too.
Have
You
fun
too.
at the reunion.
Right, have a good
It's
time.
always fun.
Thanks. I'll tell everybody about it.
Okay,
Good.
Okay, good. Come on, we'll probably have another one of these in a couple of months, so come join us and
Yeah, we'll need to talk about another, getting together again too, after the first
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Because it was so nice to see you and Lynn in Boston. That was really,
Yeah,
it was-
thank you so much for coming. It's great to
Yeah.
see you too.
yeah,
Yeah, that was really special to have all of you there. Yeah.
yeah, it was nice.
And I think our son John no longer wants to be a
A
farrier.
farrier.
I think you convinced him. As soon as you said your back hurt, he said,
Yeah.
oh, I'm done.
I know he'd like to see it sometime though. He really would.
Yeah, yeah.
But
what did you have in Boston?
Tony's
my
brother's
brother's
memorial.
memorial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And our son John has been watching farrier YouTube videos. He's been
Oh.
enthralled by them.
Yeah.
He thinks that, oh, this is so relaxing to watch these. And he even looked into becoming one. And he said, $30,000. I don't think I can take the time off. And anyway, we introduced him to Dave and they had an interesting discussion. And John asked, do you have to bend over? I think your reply was, well, now you can't stand up straight, right?
I do better when I'm bent over though.
Yeah.
Standing up straight is a problem.
You're right, right.
We've
Yeah.
always gone to those farrier conventions, and last year I said to Dave, I don't think any of these guys are walking right, you know, so, you know,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
spend most of your life bending over.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
then he asked if you got tenure.
Yeah, right.
No tenure.
No, 10 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, kick you out of business anytime.
Yeah,
Good, we'll tell
yeah.
him.
I think that word is the most interesting word, farrier. You know, what do you do? Oh, I'm a teacher. I'm an engineer. Oh, I'm a farrier.
Farrier.
What?
People used to think I was a furrier.
Farrier.
Ah,
Right.
When you
Your
talk
father was a farrier too, right, Dave?
Pardon me?
Your father was a farrier also?
My father, he was a pressman in.
Oh, I thought you followed your father's.
When he was a kid, he learned how to shoe horses.
When he was young.
Yeah, that lasted a lifetime for him.
So you followed in his footprints.
Yeah, he would do it occasionally, and he helped people that couldn't get a farrier, but he didn't have to make a living at it. So when I retired and turned the business over to my son, I didn't have to make a living at it anymore either.
Yeah.
Dave's
Yeah,
brother,
right.
Dave's brother also was shoeing horses for a living.
Wow.
He worked at the racetracks.
I didn't know
Wow.
that. How about that?
Yeah.
So it was a family profession.
That's-
Yeah. And my great grandfather, he taught my father. So it went back a long time.
Wow, that's
great.
amazing.
That's great.
How's Ike doing with everything?
He's doing good.
His
Good.
back hurts too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got 3 young kids. So he's
Yeah,
gonna keep going for a long time.
He's
yeah.
also a volunteer fireman, so he couldn't have 2 more risky jobs, I think, if he tried.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
This is your brother?
Our son.
Your
Our
son?
in Sag Harbor. Yeah, we have a son here in Tennessee, and we have Ike and our daughter in Sag Harbor, New York.
Hmm.
So, but Ike is 51, and he's got a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a
Oy.
Wow.
we just got a video of the 1-year-old just started walking. It's so great.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Oh, boy.
They're
Yeah.
fun.
Boy is right. So,
That's great.
yeah, he's definitely busy. So that's why everybody said, aren't your kids helping you? I said, you kidding? They all need so much help still. I don't understand this.
It's been a real reversal.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah, it used to be that the kids grew up and then they helped out their parents.
Right,
The kids grow up and the parents have to help them out still, or again.
right.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah.
Remember the old saying? 2 parents can raise 9 children, but 9 children can't take care of 2 parents.
2 parents.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That is very true.
But I'm very lucky. My youngest son is a nurse. And he's the one that's taking me through all of my medical problems.
Oy.
Good for you.
It's really nice. In fact, he's the one driving me tomorrow. I have to go into Manhattan,
Wow.
Cornell Presbyterian Hospital, and get this infusion. So I'm gonna have to say goodnight because I have to get ready.
Okay.
And we're leaving
ready.
at about 6 in the morning.
Oy.
Whoa.
Wow.
So, yeah, you gotta beat the traffic. The traffic's terrible.
Gotta worry.
Terrible.
Yeah, we gotta get in. You take care of yourself.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
care.
I'm trying.
Take
Good
care,
to hear
John.
that
It
your
was
son
good
is.
seeing all of you.
Good
Yeah,
seeing
good
you,
to
John.
John.
Take care, John. Thanks for popping in.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye now.
Good night.
Okay, well,
I gotta get up early too.
Yeah, we are. too.
Yeah.
We all-
I have physical therapy very early.
Oh, wow. Now, what do you have in physical?
well, I don't know. I had a nap, so I'm good to
Are you bringing trousers to your physical therapy or no? Don't bring trousers.
So,
What's your physical therapy for,
oh,
Sue?
my back. I caught it from Dave.
Oh, my gosh.
I never thought it could be contagious, but must
Oh,
be.
my. Well, take care of yourselves.
Yes.
And we'll-
Okay, it's good to see everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
all of
see
you
you
take
when we-
care.
This is-
Yeah, you too. Stay
Hey,
well.
Bill, have a great trip, man. It sounds
Yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
that's, yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Send us-
Eleanor, stay safe.
I will-
and,
I will.
We'll
Hopefully the
get
rain will
together
stop.
again,
Yep.
either right after Thanksgiving or the beginning of December.
Good.
like
Sounds
that.
good.
All right, I'll send something out to the committee and we'll pick a
We'll
date.
meet you in Florida.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
Yes.
that would be
Yep.
good. Yeah, and, you know, stay dry, Eleanor.
I will. We're staying here tonight. We're not going home tonight.
Good,
That's
good.
good.
Good
Okay.
Staying
idea.
here.
I hope when you get back home, your place is in good shape.
Yeah, we'll find out, huh? I'm sure it
Yeah.
is. They did, the neighbors would have called, but they knew where I am.
All right, well, take care, everybody.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you too, Dave.
Hey, everyone.
Good night.
We'll
Good
see
night.
you all.
Good night. Love you all.
Love you too.
I don't know how to turn this off.